They do a massive switch up. They need to get the first 6 rounds here. It needs to be defined.
Yeah, this Legacy is now tantalizingly close for both of these sides, and it's survival here. Sentinels on the defending side, Heretics on the attack. The comp switch up is something to note, and it's pacey. Straight towards B, we've got a plant from the offset, and I think that's going to be in play, denied. The breach util going to keep that in place and put Boo's body on the line.
Spike planted.
Can't get out.
Oh, and they're still fighting for that space, Josh. They've already taken over the site here. A little bit of a flash to come. They've got to swing here. They've got to clear that back line. Zekken going to be flashed up. It's Miniboot to take him down. Time being bought on the spike. You can see the util coming in. That's another problem. Another couple of precious seconds. John QT, if he wants to break that back line, he's got to get a move on. You're right, the turret should note him, but it's chaotic. For the time, there's going to be so little left now. They've got to make a go of this sooner rather than later. Zelsis, Sarsi, quick back-to-back, but time is ticking. Tens takes away Benji, and it's close. But they've got it, first round to Sentinels.
What a big start for Sentinels as well. They're so good when it comes to these retakes. They start with their gamble stacks. They don't budge until they are needed to. But that first breach aftershock to stop that wingman from getting that spike planted, those were the crucial few seconds that set the tone. And Team Heretics, they're picking the stage for a reason. They want to get in. They want to use these walls and these slows to disrupt Zekken's retakes as that Neon. He can't sprint in for free. But Sentinels, they're so good to the last millisecond.
Now we do have the two classics, Benji with one, Miniboo the other. For Sentinels, you want to see this clean. Don't really want to be suffering losses here. Miniboo looking again, pressuring towards his B side. Whoa!
That's a big pick.
Huge shot from Miniboo, and that's so early in the round.
They can wait, they can get that heal off. Boo can heal his little brother up, literally. Try to figure out where that next action is. See if Sentinels decides to slip up here.
But what do they have to clear tens? That's what I'm looking for. You still got Dizzy, you got some wingman action, but you got to clear this, man. You got to respect it, and they're eyeing this up. I'm terrified. If they walk around this corner to tens, they could be left in tatters.
Honestly, a pause and a re-hit to B would probably be the best course of action here. Will they do it, though, is a different question. They have that wall still. And they have those sheriffs to walk in, that contact in. They don't even have to use their abilities.
And I'm looking at John QT, whose eyes are already towards this. He's the one shouldering off of that C connector, waiting for contact. Smoke did just get put towards Garage, and I think Tense is going exploring, but there will be the turret there in play. Once again, going for the plant from the wingman, this time nothing to deny it. They have the plant, they have the time, they have the bodies, but do they have the wherewithal to deal with Sen? They have the weaponry here, Josh. By all means, they still overpower Heretics.
This is still, they wait patiently before they start actually moving in. Try to make sure that they're grouped up, wait out the smokes, and then they move together. Here comes the strike, out the A-Link right now. Will they see him top site though?
Boo, he was pinged out. John QT seems so aware. Finally removes Boo, and now gets towards trying to deal with that spike. Beautiful from Tens. And wrapped in a bow by Sarsi, unaffected by the pressure. Sentinels take a second step.
When we look at a team like Heretics, Sunset, one of their better maps, is basically sit in B main, get those spam battle off on that spike defuse. Haven B site is set up almost the exact same way, where you can take these mid fights, window fights, you can get these late flanks from Garage. Sentinels is doing a pretty good job, granted. First round was pistol, this was an anti-eco that they convert.
I thought he was one, but he got healed, so I just body shot and knifed out.
They'll hold their gamble stacks and play their retakes. So Heretics, they need to make sure that they're not afraid and they don't give Sentinels too much respect. Get in their faces and disrupt them a bit. First gun round coming out here, though. It's going to set the tone.
And they feel so precious when you have these rifles. You feel so worried that you might lose out. Fantastic scam, but a limited connection from Zekken. Going to have to fall away towards long, but they try and take the space here early on. Heal's already used up. Miniboot on the receiving end of that early damage.
And a pause from Heretics. A crucial difference between the two teams here is that what Team Heretics likes to do is move together as a pack of 4 or 5 players and go and do a just mass dump util everywhere. Take the site, plant. They're going to get the site for free. Again, it's about this retake, though. How are they going to jam Sentinels, prevent them from getting here? The flank already coming in from A. This is going to be a lot of pressure onto Benji. He needs to go big here, as the rest of the team still in the site, peeling off ever so slightly.
And this guy used to be clutch. Has he still got that capability? Cleaned out in a heartbeat. Sassy breaks the back line, and suddenly the floodgates are open. That's problems for Miniboo. That's problems for Rienz. The gap is closing. The net is closing, and Miniboo looks a little shaken here, and he gets put down. Zekken slides through him. And now they're being overwhelmed. There's nowhere to fall back to. There's nowhere feeling safe. You're going to need a big round from Rienz, and he doesn't have even a chance. Zekken is doing damage this time. Sentinels proving it. They don't even need the better weapons. They just needed the bodies, and they have 5 alive. It's down to the wire, and he's got it!
0.64. Sentinels has been flawless this half so far. Team Heretics crumbling a little bit. Maybe an early timeout coming in. These coaches have so much impact for this team, but what Heretics needs to do is they cannot lose that first fight. Benji going down there was the difference maker. Opens up the floodgates, as you said, and now everyone's coming in from the back lines. Team Heretics, they don't know which way to look, front or back. They need to set the tone and push forward. Miniboo needs to be the spear, the tip of the spear.
We talk about momentum when it comes to Sentinels, and once they get that in their favor, it's almost unstoppable. It's very hard to quell that, to break that. Very few teams have that accolade against them. If you're watching Heretics so far, they've looked a little bit shaky to start with. I think that's a fair assessment. Couple of shots going here and there, these high-tempo hits. Yeah, they've been getting the sight, but as you said, that retake has been elusive for them. For now, though, in this round, we've got Sheriffs out and Stingers. This isn't going to be one that you're going to be calling home about, but what a switch it would be for Heretics if they could actually do some damage now.
This insert from TenZ down at the C cubby is what I look to. We're looking at a massive read from Sentinels here. Already 3.5 players towards that C site. It's only Saucy down towards A, looking at that long line. Heretics, though, they don't do these audibles that well, but this push, the timing.
It might just start and end with TenZ. This round could be all for nothing. The one-way goes up. He's got him locked down in there. Paranoia primed. He knows exactly where the split's coming in from. Smoke goes up. This round's done. The threat was nullified the second they ran into TenZ.
A little bit of damage here or there could be good, but it's not happening right now. Okay.
All right, Boo, that's nice. Gonna need a lot more, though. And he's pretty much surrounded here. The slow eventual creep as well from Sassy closing that gap in. John QT just sitting a little bit safer on the corner. Lovely. Well handled, a little bit of a threat, but TenZ won them that round, what felt like a minute ago.
Not just TenZ, though. Great timing on that push, gets those 2 kills. But look at how Heretics is setting up, though. Omen's got the smoke in their hand, Killjoy got the molly in their hands. They're trying to set up these elaborate plays. And when we get to the opposite side, Sentinels goes on that attack, you'll notice that they're only really setting up these small 2 or 3-man plays, trying to do these small incremental things to take the site control. They're not trying to full 5-man util dump on a site. Another thing, though, is they don't budge. They win the rounds just so easily.
Yeah.
They know next round we're going to defend C.
And we've been
fighting back. Nobody from Team Heretics really. We see a couple of kills, like 2 kills on Boo, 2 kills on Miniboo, 0 for the rest. They're not on. Maybe this timeout was used just to calm them down a bit. Maybe.
Oh, excuse me?
Okay.
Thank you,
timeout
observers.
for this.
Appreciate you, yeah. But Miniboo didn't get his reward. And look at the space already filled by Zekken. He's already going to be able to control all of this area. Yes, Sassy got spotted, but that's nothing. He got himself alive. Yeah, took a little bit of damage, but that's fine. All of that and no reward.
Sentinels probably just happy where they are, waiting for Team Heretics to come back into them. TenZ, once he sees that C hit's coming, he's probably going to back off and wait for that triple flank to come. It's Killjoy here. There's no tripwire. It's just the turret and the alarm bot. Easily bypassable, but Heretics just going to walk into a free site, and it's all on that flank. And how is Heretics going to press forwards and deal with that retake? Are they going to sit back, get split from different directions, or are they going to get in their faces right now? Benji already in garage here. They need to reinforce the spawn and the garage lines and get ready to push forwards, but Sentinels actually opts not to go for that flank. They're coming all through spawn. This thrash from Rienz, that's what I look to.
Yeah, huge ult could start this off. Them Heretics are desperate for a round here. The paranoia goes in, and as does Zekken. Contained, captured, and taken down. Rien's looking for a little bit more timing here. Invest Mosh towards CT. Woot finds Tens. They've divided, and maybe they've conquered. Beautiful from Rien's on the follow-up. This is much better, much more composed. Breaking down Sentinels bit by bit, and suddenly only one man left alive is Zellsis. Clean work there, Josh.
You take away all the names, take away the HUD from this round and round 1, round 3. I wouldn't even think it's the same team. Team Heretics looked completely revamped this round. They took
Very
a timeout.
composed.
They go for the early fight with that Sage wall up at A main. They don't get it. They walk into C site, but it's how they deal with this retake coming in. The way that they use that Thrash on that timing, the Mosh to follow up, and they're fighting together, and they're reinforcing each other, pivoting from that Garage tunnel to help Garage help spawn flood. Very different look from Team Heretics.
And they needed that. Now, it would be a miss to not note the ults coming online here. Tens, how do you want to handle this? It's a big pressure play up towards C, and he's stuck here, and he stands. He got caught up that time. Miniboo the one to connect towards him. They've taken down the tip of the spear, but John QT, the backbone of the Sentinels side, still trying to do damage. He did a whole lot. He did the best he could, but Heretics again hold the site. The wall goes towards Garage. They've got the res if they feel it's required. Zekken still stands with the ult. Zellsis not too far away. Dealt with again. Heretics seeming to really come alive now. Out of nowhere, they're finding this form. This C site seeming to be maybe what they were looking for. The ult as well. I mean, Sassy better swing on this one. It's basically on him. They can't make the most of the ult that just came through. Not sure if that was the right investment here from Zellsis. One to the right, 2 down long. They're giving him no quarter, no chance. Zellsis can try as he might, but he's surrounded. There's no fight that he can truly win here. The bigger picture, that spike that's ticking away. And Wu just needs to do the dance, and he's doing it well, buying precious time for Benji, who's standing and waiting. Heretics have found an answer. They found a cure for their ills.
Back-to-back hits on that C site, and Tens, he had the good stall with the paranoia, but misses his chance, his opportunity on Miniboo, who actually catches him paranoid, barely saw him at the edge of that paranoia. And once that floodgate was open, it's all on John QT. If he can get more than one there, different story. But because he goes down, I mean, that's just such a big investment from Sentinels, using that Rolling Thunder, not coming out with the round win. Team Heretics crawling back round by round.
And it's caused a timeout. Sentinels have felt enough of a switch here that it's time to check back in. An early timeout as well. They're normally quite reserved for when they call them. We know that that momentum shift is very much in the playbook. Sentinels are very aware.
That's what I look to here. Are they going to go fast again? Really keep the pressure on right now off the back of the momentum of these 2 rounds? Or Sentinels going to be able to crawl back and stop them?
Now, I'm looking at that operator in play. I'm looking at Tens here. Can he be the one? But you're right. The pace change is apparent, right? Right back towards B, right up the guts. Heretics instantly investing that showstopper. Trying to hold back any sort of pre-take, but plants in. And SEN aren't really wanting to investigate this too early, and rightly so.
No flank this time. Wall up for A main. That's going to take a little bit of time to chip down. Off also for this retake at B. Not ideal.
No, this is going to be incredibly difficult. 3 through that C connector side. Boo, the wall gets broken, so he has to respect it. Back away. Zekken going to take the space that's been given. They're starting to clear house, but there's the TP. Tens has to try and find the play towards window. That's a pixel. He knows it. Can he find it? There's still pressure on the side. They've got to find a body, and he does! Takes away Benji. Backline open. Paranoia sent. Woot denies Sassy. Good trade for Zekken. Trying to step down towards middle. Denied! Huge from Rien's! When Heretics needed him, he stood his ground and got them up to 3.
When we look to Rien's, we know that he delivers this. Normally it's on Sova. We look to him to be on the maps where he gets to play Sova. He's in these late round situations after he uses his drone, his dart, and he closes it out so frequently for them. If it's not him, it's Benji. But here, he goes big. Oh my god, it was down to a sliver almost with the amount of defuse left. Sentinels almost stealing that away, but big. That's 3 in a row for Team Heretics, and Sentinels, they still have a little bit of economy, but they're bleeding these rounds out.
The timeout worked for Heretics, and even Sentinels' timeout worked for them again. The pace change was divine. Ult back in play so quickly for Rien's, and he's identified players, but Zekken cleared in a heartbeat. Miniboo quick as lightning takes him away, and the site is 1 out. Heretics have what they want here. There's no lurk on the way, no, I guess, flank coming in, but they've got everything they require, and once again, we rinse, we repeat. The wall goes up, they get ready to sit into this post plant.
Still one more slow on Boo. So once this wall gets broken down, once the stun comes off cooldown, they start using the Aftershock and comboing it with the fault line here. That slow comes in. Thrash also for Rians. Sentinels realizes what's going on, and they're backing out. Thrash still used preemptively, waiting for, expecting and anticipating this retake, but Sentinels realizes what's going on, what the name of the game is right now. They've lost the sight. Team Heretics, very pacey. Normally we see them maybe taking a little bit of map control first, waiting, pausing, going
slow,
on that second
steady.
interval.
Yep.
Around that 1 minute mark is when they're grouped, gathered, hit by 50 seconds. But now it's the first full motion, swinging all the way through into the sights.
And if we kind of pause here ourselves for a second and kind of consider this, we were discussing this veto at the very start, Josh, how this feels indicative that there had to have been change amongst Heretics. You would not walk into this veto without a plan. We are seeing a very new look Heretics here.
This is a very different look. I mean, we talked about it a little bit with when it comes to Lotus. They made those changes coming into Champs. It wasn't working. They scrap it.
Yeah.
Honestly, it makes sense. We looked at Icebox as the pick from Heretics. Notably, one of their worst maps, if not their worst, outside of Ascent, which was their permanent ban, and now they're picking it. It makes me wonder what they've cooked up on that map as well, now that we're seeing 4 rounds in a row for them and looking revitalized after that timeout.
Yeah, this is... it feels like a different team. But I'm looking at Zekken walking middle here. Miniboo, hopefully he doesn't tunnel vision towards this because could get caught out this time. Sassy is going to be at least kept back. I like this for the control towards A-Long. We know that Sassy does like to try and take towards that. They now know about it. And they pause.
This is tough. This type of situation when you don't have that Cypher trips up, when you can't really clear mid. Normally that turret can spot someone walking down middle. It's in a really passive spot. It spots Garage. The alarm bot on that C means that it's not watching A, it's not watching that window. So Zekken could be able to hear all the noise that's happening. Hear the rotations back and forth between A and C right now. But if it's a shift walk, if Team Heretics slowly moves, yes, this camera can spot them early. Yes, these traps will get that information and allow that rotation to come in. But still, the slows are in play here. 2 smokes, Paranoia, so much retake utility. It could be a pre-take. It could be a fast one. Breach, Sova, you guys are still on A site. You gotta have to move soon.
Yeah, here's the committed approach towards C. Looking to see if anyone tries to get a shot. I think maybe just John QT eyeing up to see if anyone gets caught.
Oh, no.
Ooh, that's outrageous. Takes down John QT, who thought he was set up for success. Not the case. It's 5 standing for Heretics. You're looking at the flank, and they still have the util here. Benji, if he falls, then suddenly the floodgates could open. But he stands. Hunter's Fury from downtown. That's the connection, though. That's going to be Rien's removed. And trying to set up safe passage forward, but it's Benji to find 10s. Trade comes in. Zekken looking to close the gap, though. Lockdown in play. Beautiful from Zekken. Miniboo answers back, though, towards CT. Back and forth, but right now, it's falling in favor of Heretics. As Sassy, the last one alive, can do nothing but die. Heretics are in control.
That is 5 rounds in a row for Team Heretics. They have not dropped the beat, and all of them are punching back. We talked about 2 kills for Miniboo, 2 kills for Boo, and none for the rest of the team. Guess what? Everyone's on the board right now. Everyone's got impact in their own moments. The fact that John QT couldn't capitalize on that spam kill with the trip through the smoke, and he actually instead gets taken out, that is just so devastating for Sentinels. And a second timeout in 1 half. Round 7, round 10. This is, like, you don't burn this unless you feel like if you can't get a grasp of the game right now, it's going to slip away from you. They need to have a way to stop Team Heretics right now. Team Heretics going fast.
Yeah.
These are very close to fuses. Had things gone slightly different, we might be seeing something like an 8-0, like a
really
8-1 right now.
Really heavy. Okay, still a buy here, though. The only caveat to that going to be John QT. He wants that full util as best he can. So Guardian in hand. Still has his ult, as does TenZ. Not massive impact off the back of it. Rez still in play as well.
And a pace change from Team Heretics. They've been going quick. They got the back of these last 5 rounds.
But Zekken is still Zekken. There's still danger. That Rez gets burned. They're back up to 5. But he wants another bite of the cherry. He fancies another go at this. He's so close. Went towards Su. He's still got Sassy on long, so if they cross, that will be go. Miniboo! Just prize him out of there. The can opener for Heretics now. And Zekken has to respect that. Suddenly, A feels vulnerable. He can't sit on that island alone any longer.
Now Team the Heretics, they have the control of the map. They have that turret locking down middle. Sure, they don't know much about C, but right now Sentinels taking that gamble stack. They're reinforcing the site where they lost one of their players. Right now, if Team Heretics goes into this is the best chance that Sentinels has to get back into this game. Paranoia already set up for long here. Zekin, first one was free. Is the second one. Full site exec. This is so left. Typical of Team Heretics. They're waiting for that second smoke to come off cooldown. They pop them both. Paranoia, paint shells, everything's coming in.
Yeah, Dizzy gonna set this one through. Zelsis, 10's in danger, in trouble. Zekin still fighting the good fight for Sentinels, still holding his ground. 10's dives head first, takes away 2. They're getting no access this time. Wall goes up, but the timing's just not gonna be there. Boo would have to pull off something like a miracle, and it doesn't happen if you go to Zekin's site. He has been the impact player for Sentinels. They needed him that round.
Off the back of a timeout, Sentinels pulls out another win. Do I think it was as a result of that timeout? Maybe not. What I see happening here, and this is what we see as the difference between these two teams, is that Team Heretics, they get that early kill, they sit, they wait 20, 30 seconds. They're hoping that the other team makes a mistake, pushes, or overreacts and rotates
honestly,
the wrong spot. Sentinels, when they get to their attack side, they know how to manipulate the rotations to make the defenders go exactly where they want. Team Heretics goes into the stack.
And it's pacey this time. John QT and 10's going to be having to stand and deliver. You could maybe take a TP out, but they want to take the fight here. Paranoia primed. 10's looking to maybe set him up here, but no one can swing on this one. TP to the back. John QT finds. Hack comes in. 10's finds Rienz. They're holding the line. They're keeping their kingdom safe. Finally, Sentinels hold this C site as Benji falls. Sentinels onto back.
Back to back for Sentinels, and now they're getting back in control in the driver's seat. One more round remains in this half right now, and that first few rounds were going in the way of Sentinels. Heretics bite back with 5 in a row. They do the paciness for most of those. It's working. They slow down one round. It doesn't work. They go fast again. But Sentinels, once you give them an inch, they take that mile. And now, scores closed down to 1 round gap.
Yeah, again, then,
yeah, see? Just disrespect it.
Disrespect it.
That's
going to be the name of the game.
It's a reminder of who they are. Sentinels, the team that you can't really doubt when it comes to it. But can Heretics give them that reminder? Can they put them back in place? 10's showing off now. Picks up the quick pick on Boo and then readjusts, repositions. The younger brother wants to walk in those footsteps, maybe feel advised against it. It's now with those 4 players standing, what do they do now?
Sage down, there's no wall. IGL gets to spectate, micromanage a little bit more. A little bit of map control here. We haven't seen the side of Team Heretics yet. It's been these 5-man hits over and over again. But softening up that garage area, that front B area, pulls all of the Sentinel players over there. But again, Sentinels, they're stacked towards B, and Heretics is primed to go in here. The showstopper, Miniboo needs to land it on 10's, otherwise this could be disastrous for these guys.
Could be waiting, poised, prowling above. He knows what's coming. Oh, he couldn't get away from that Miniboo. Starts things off with a bang. Takes B to himself, but look at the back of the side. John QT's still here. They have no idea. Zekin now tries to run around, keep them on their toes. Heretics being forced around, and a quick pivot. You're right, Josh. That spike's heading towards C.
30 seconds
They're making noise. They have an inkling about Miniboo here. He's going to go down, but still 3 versus 3 on this post plant right now.
Still game on. Plant is in. Time's on their side. Held towards CT. Sentinels don't have that safe step back. Looking to maybe pivot through Garage themselves. Sassy just trying to keep attention, keep check on anyone trying to close the gap. The one-way cuts off the route, and now they can focus on Garage. The crossfire looks heaven sent. How do you get around it?
The slide needs to happen.
Zekin could. There's a chance here. Rienz basically could deny this, as could Benji. The time ticking. They got to make a move right here, right now. The timing is perfect. The synergy is off the charts, and Sentinels are never out of it.
Unbelievable work from Sentinels. They're waiting the time of that one-way out. As soon as it goes down, Saucy sends the dart in, and the player to turn around and break that shows his back to Zekin. Zekin stabs him in the back, gets that slide off of cooldown, is able to bypass that second player, and able to close out the round on that 3rd kill. Again, Sentinels, 3 versus 3. I mean, it was a 3 versus 4 there. That Miniboo kill happening. Maybe a sign of Miniboo not understanding how he should sit there and wait for his team to develop the next play. But again, huge to close out the half.
That synergy was just amazing. Love that. Absolutely.
Delivering the goods in their own respect. It's on Team Heretics now, though. They get to go in their defense side. They're really good on their defense because of their retakes, but they've cooked up a new comp. So I look to how they've changed that. Do they do something different with the rotations, with the gamble stacks?
Speaking of, Josh, there's a gamble stack in play from the very get-go. 3 players dedicated towards this C side. Miniboo the one with the Sheriff there. You could hear that rattling off in the distance. And a quick close clear for Sarsi. Just going to be having a look, even spotting Woot. So, again, you're getting a little bit of a read of what's going on here potentially, but Sentinels seem reticent in their approach. They want to carry on here. They fancy going into this one. The paranoia might have slowed them down. The counter can't be capitalized on yet. And now it's standoff. Do they really want to go through with this?
This is where the situations, when the rounds get to simmer like this, Sentinels does so well at picking where they want to go. Heretics peeling off, getting out of the site. They're going to reclear Garage first for this retake.
Yeah, I'm looking at John QT waiting there. His eyes are still on it. Miniboo, though, with some pace. Belting shot from John QT. But now there's too many. Tens, you can't really back away. He just about makes it out with the help of Zekken. But they do have the plant down. Sarsi going to try and be the kind of, I guess, the one to put a full stop to the round if they did go back through Garage. But he sees nothing. Sets them up to focus towards CT. 2 players waiting in the smoke, and look at that deadly little duo. You don't want that. You don't want that. It's Tens all day. Oh,
Go for the knife.
Do it. Why not? Why not? It is you, Tens. He's him. He's absolutely him. Give him a pistol, and he'll get you around.
That Sentinels classic right click.
There's something about it, man.
Something juicy.
Look at this.
Stopping them, and we heard it in the soundbite before from Tens. Disrespect them. This is how you do it. This is what Heretics needed to do to Sentinels. Get in their faces and just pump them full of lead.
Sorry
there.
if I punch your arm. Sorry if I punched you.
Yeah, he's getting into it. He's feeling it, immersed.
Dude, it's Tens. He is a big game player. That is what you want to be seeing. There's the impact off the back. But remember the first half. It started really well for Sentinels. The timeout hit, and Sentinels burned both of their timeouts in that first half. Heretics still, I believe, have that option available. So it's not over yet. This is just a good beginning. But with the lead on the half, it certainly makes that scoreline look a little scarier now.
When I looked at this game, I'm thinking, Haven, how many rounds realistically does Heretics need on that attack side for them to be able to comfortably close it out? I'm thinking 6, maybe 5 if they don't get pistol round. But losing the second pistol round as well, that's going to make things very difficult. And Sentinels, we're going to see why they picked this map right now. They start with that orb control. They get John QT here. 4 of them move together towards A. And look at the map. Team Heretics has 4 on that A site, and C site is open for the taking. Sentinels, a free round.
Yeah, that's lovely. They'll be happy with that. Managing to navigate all the potential dangers. Again, there were a couple of Sheriffs in play. This wasn't like it wasn't without a little bit of threat. So Sarsi looking to farm here. Nice opportunity for him. Lovely. Quick 2 kills. Again, only against pistols, so no need to lose your minds just yet. But you can see Zekken here maybe with his opportunity to get some orbs building. Ooh. Okay, or not. My bad. Sorry, Zekken. Any more? Can they cost them much? Again, this is quite an invested round. The 2 SMGs are still there, but it's that Bulldog, that Phantom you don't want to see being lost, really. Trying to slip away a little bit.
Last-ditch effort. Try to take anyone down with them.
Don't think you can get much more. Nice try. Not to be. Sentinels, 4 standing. They should be happy with what they've been able to do there. A very clean early start to the round as well, navigating all that potential danger.
That was a big difference that we didn't see that side from Team Heretics, of depositing players and having them as callback options. Everything was all in, and as soon as they start trying to go towards one site, they have to commit to it. There's no way for them to fall back. But Sentinels,
I like when you call me
we're going to see this
Pooksack.
constantly of the callbacks from John QT, especially saying, hey, come back. This site's free. Hey, I think they've overstacked there. Team Heretics, they want to be able to catch back up to Sentinels. This is going to be a big round for these guys.
Miniboo, right place, maybe right time. How far does he try and investigate on this? Boo doing similar things down towards long, but again, this is the bonus round for Sentinels.
Drone and camera invested. Spots 2. You don't know where the other 3 players are right now.
Chomping at the bit there, like he wanted in.
See if they
off
had
the
an
leash.
opening. But still, I see a couple of Spectres here, so maybe closing the gap at B through Garage, getting just like if you get into C site and you have players in Garage and Garage window, getting those flanks, stopping that rotation, that's so difficult to go through. B, dangerous with that wall and the wingman.
Yep. Waiting to see when the alarm bot gets triggered.
It's a fake. I've seen this before. They're going to send Zekin in. They're going to make all this pressure, but it's going to be a C split through Garage and Zekin. The pressure was made. He kept his life. He didn't destroy that alarm bot, though. That alarm bot and the turret still being up. This setup from Team Heretics, that triangle, Bermuda Triangle, Sentinels is going to disappear in it, but 30 seconds left.
They're running low on time. They've got to commit somewhere. Are they opting to go back towards A? The walls should be dropping, I imagine, soonish. I don't quite know when it was fully invested, but still, finally they clear the alarm bot. But that's late. Wall's still there.
Breaking now, but the slow.
And there it is. Time, 20 seconds. They're running so low here. Sentinels need to make something happen. They've got to try and face the music. Mini Boo gets away with robbery. Boo then swings! Back-to-back impact for Boo, leaving just John QT irrelevant to the round as Heretics make it past the first big threat here. It was their buy round, it was the bonus from Sentinels, but the way they approached that, Josh, they missed a beat on that. The alarm bot's still there, the turret in garage. There was security for Heretics the whole way through.
Sentinels is usually so much better with those fundamentals, breaking all the alarm bots, getting exactly what they want to manipulate the rotation. And for the most part, it still worked. Yes, it got a little bit low on time. You get nervous when you see that clock ticking down, but that's still enough. That's 10 seconds that you have to take out 2 players and
that's
get the
what I
spike
like to see, boys.
You can do that. That's loads of time as long as you don't freak out. But Mini Boo and Boo coming together through smokes and getting the shots, the kills they got in that fashion, unreal.
Here we go again. Now we get into the fun of it. John QT still down though on the SMG. Not ideal.
I like how loose Team Heretics is getting right now, though. They don't normally get this loose, these players especially. We saw on Boo, on Fade, on Lotus maybe. He's taking this deep line towards A right now.
And the adjusted turret as well for Benji, not letting them even get to spam that, trying to remove that easily. That's still in play deeper on C, yes, but still serves its purpose, especially with Rien's keeping control here. They're going to hear all this, they're going to see all this. That's at least 2 players noted off. Just Dizzy and Benji backfilling this. This could be perfect from Benji.
No.
Pulled the trigger on the first. I thought he could have waited a touch longer, but no. We're getting to 50 seconds, and they don't have a full foothold on either site. Pressure in Garage short, with the double stack on long. You're right, Heretics taking some more gambles, getting a little bit more risky here.
This is a huge bait and switch step as well. If Boo's able to get one, get away with his life, or even just make them look towards him, take out that drone and get away. Mini Boo.
He got John QT.
You got John QT.
And they have no idea about Mini Boo. This is everything they dreamed of, but still, the plot needs to happen. 25 seconds.
And once Boo shows himself towards A link here, they won't expect Mini Boo at all.
It's a full.
John QT's dead.
Surely, right? Surely, there's no way.
They push through. This is good from Sentinels. They're alleviating pressure.
And it's Woot who has no idea. He has no idea. Now he does, as if he still gets 10s. But they've made something out of nothing. A 2v3 is still doable.
Mini Boo.
Res on Boo, but the timing on Mini Boo should be the death of Sassy, and it is. All on Zelsis.
Res as well.
The salesman or the soldier, let's find out. But now he falls. Mini Boo there. They are playing this so well, Josh. I can't stress it enough. We are seeing Heretics get loose, getting the reads, getting the feel of this game, and playing out of their normal style.
Their normal style being that very passive, let you take the site, they come in for that retake right now, getting that space on A, getting in their faces a little bit, but also, even when you think that there's no way they're going to get a kill, stunned, it doesn't do anything to them. Well, yeah, it's all cosmetic. Zelsis shouldn't even use this. It's not affecting them. I've seen so many, at least 3 or 4 different kills, concussed players from Team Heretics, putting them down and converting these rounds. Sentinels 9-7 with both pistols. The gap is closing again.
If you're a Sentinels fan, you are eyeing up this round. This has to be a big impact round for them. Heretics finding success back-to-back here. Mini Boo, ult in play, and that's the site they lean towards. Caution has to be aired. The wall going to be invested over towards Sewer, but it gives them a nice angle towards long.
If you note the time, that's 45 seconds. It's going to break. You see how Zekin's sitting here with 10s. They're waiting here for any regress at long. But what's going to happen is the fake's going to come in from Sentinels. They're going to put a lot of pressure, maybe even tap the spike in that B site. They're going to go back and hit that A site on that timing. it's got to be the play. Tens has that ultimate as well. Get that info, create that pressure, break that alarm bot though. John QT, there you go. And
Okay.
here comes the next step of this fake.
Yeah, starting to put the question marks around the map here, giving themselves options, but this time a different look towards Garage. That's two players on to work off that Dizzy if they decide to invest. And it's getting tense now.
Wall breaks.
Smoke goes back up towards B.
Showstopper still on Miniboo, and he's on top of that sewers box. Trying to get this fake off. They still have a stun. Full abilities on Zelsis. Add it with a stun, a smoke. Try to create this pressure, but it might not be enough.
25 seconds, they slowly creep, they can disrespect the smoke, they're going to give away the game a touch here. Now, Miniboo decides to move.
20 seconds.
Where are they going? Back towards B. At this point, they're walking into the unknown.
They can ult
TP,
him.
where's he off to? Over towards B. Going to try and quickly get that plant secured by Zelsis.
10 seconds left.
Spikes down. He's done his job. Tens gets out of danger. And now the bedlam begins. Boo, you nasty boy. Waiting. Checks to make sure there was no one else here. Waits. This is a dangerous game to play in an arena, folks. That's a dangerous game! The crowd honoring. But that could have gone completely haywire. But a 5v4 now. Advantage towards Heretics, but they still have to try and break the backbone of Sentinels. And 10 still stands. Zekken gonna get one. Time now ticking, the defuse halfway. John QT holds the line. Oh, so close!
Rien's one around there, 1v3 or a 3K at least. Here, John QT, couple bullets in the smoke, no problem. Team Heretics trying to stick that, but still, so well played from Sentinels. You can see how they set this round up so far in advance. They knew wall is breaking at 45. We softened them up at B. We softened them up at Garage. We softened them up at A right after. And guess what? It's going to leave a hole in B. We're going to ultimate there with Omen, get that spike planted, and play out this round. This mid-round adaptation, the on-the-fly calls from Sentinels are so good.
Heating up here now. Might have a game on our hands.
They abandon this elaborate back and forth. They're just grouping and ready to hit right now.
I mean, you look at the ults, they've got so many. Sassy one away from having Hunter's Fury as well. They've got so much of what they need for this. Sentinels should be so easily securing C as they do. It wasn't particularly held by Heretics, sitting back a little bit deeper. Rien still does have his ult. Oh my god, you're lucky,
no.
Zelsis! He's the one to get caught by that. Benji playing back in through Garage. Clears out the first. That's one of the three ults gone. Rien's invests his. Already you can see that counter pressure. Sassy from all the way down C takes away Rien's. But Heretics clear the site. And you're right, the wall is still there. Does it get used? Looking to try and secure safety.
No
it
chance.
does. It's perfect work. Surely there's nothing to be done. They've got to wait and watch as Woon eviscerates them all.
Raising the bar, raising the walls, Team Heretics. And that's why earlier in the half when I was talking about how Sentinels was jamming them up at that spawn point, when Tens was getting in their face, disrespecting them, this is the exact reason why. If you fall back to long C and play that spam battle, you will lose. There's a wingman, there's a wall. You need to get in their faces. Zelsis is going down, losing that Rolling Thunder. They can't push into Garage or spawn and disrupt Team Heretics' retake. Sentinels, 10 to 8 only.
Hold on, Zekken's gone down. We're looking at the hero with the gun, it's Tens. And we know what this man can do, so pay attention. And it is straight up brawl, but Sentinels are winning. Maybe just stick to the classic, it seems to work so well. And a 3v3 in this situation, Zelsis has his ult, as does Tens. They've got information on their whereabouts. And now they can let this simmer for a second. Zelsis even getting the upgrade.
So much time to let the round... Wait, Tens just used his ultimate a couple rounds ago. How's he have it again?
It's Tens, telling you.
The alarm bot,
But the timing. Gonna be able to clear that. He's gonna put a question mark to it. And look at where the other two are, Josh. They haven't even fully moved.
Team Heretics fights very hard on these rounds, but if they move together and three-man flank, if it is an A hit here, they could get a lot of damage off. Still, they have that wall, they have that slow, and they have the Omen smokes. Great characters to have for this retake. But still, 3v3, Rolling Thunder and guns up for Sentinels. This is going to be difficult. Rolling Thunder, queued. That's going to let Team Heretics know. They're going to come for this retake. The Omen on the flank is going to be massive, especially if he uses his ultimate to get that info here. That is going to initiate.
He could move past the invested ult that John QT has in play. so he can still make some real threat happen without an early warner towards it. But we look towards the fight on CT, and TenZ has been instrumental in this round. He's down on 41 HP though, still has a smoke to play. Where does he opt for? Looking to be set up by Zellsis, and TenZ waiting. They got so close, but it's Wu closing the gap. Great shot. Oh, but TenZ, you gotta keep this man in mind. Perfect impact. He came in with the gun. Zekken was taken out in a second, and then that classic of all things was gonna do the damage.
That full-on brawl at A. Team Heretics not getting ahead of that to the likes of a classic. Zekken getting instantly taken out as well, but again, maybe getting a little bit too ahead of themselves, feeling themselves too much, getting too loose, potentially. Team Heretics, this is a side of them we haven't really seen before.
And this timeout is everything. Let's simmer it down, focus in here. If you weren't paying attention before, now you should. Heretics pumped the break
Absolute cinema.
at 11-8. Now, the money. The money is the issue here for Heretics. They're going to have to do basically what just happened to the back to Sentinels. But without the ult from Zekken, without that sort of tempo, they can. It looks like they can afford one rifle so far.
It's going to be a 12-8, and they're going to have to crawl back and bring it to 12-12, unless Rehens goes huge.
He's the only one to watch here, really. I mean, Heretics are good with those sheriffs, but this is a lot to ask. Zekken set into motion off the back of Zellsis' utility, at least to try and test towards A-Long. It's currently where Boo is playing. You're looking for where Rienz is. We can see it. It's over towards C. Can they manage to slip past? Pixel spotted. Boo's not going to stick around much longer here. Can't really have that sort of fight.
It's going to be a period of time here where he can't watch both entrances. He's going to have to wall off one. Trying to hang on to that as long as he can. Sentinels creeping up, though. That gamble stack from Team Heretics still towards that C site here. Boo cannot instantly drop here.
Take flight.
Boo's screwed, surely. I mean, he's been able to back away at least. That's something.
Right here. Revealing area.
I don't know how he's still standing. The support system's not moving. The rest of Heretics aren't falling for this, but it looks pretty much committed.
40 seconds left. Sentinels, all 5 players here. No real fallback
Is that
options.
a gap?
Not
No,
enough
I don't
to
think
move
so.
through.
I don't think so.
But still, I mean, it's just too much of an order for
30
Boo to
seconds
get.
left.
Just a classic in hand.
I mean, it's not even the Sentinels one, so it can't do enough. But Boo somehow has played his life as best he could, maybe hoping he'd deter them, maybe be enough to send them over towards C, but it's not the case. 12, looking so likely. As Heretics have to do that long rotate back.
Right here.
Every step arduous on the way. They cause chaos now, though. 5 to find. And so little time to do it. And away we go. Saucy instantly gets Benji, excuse me, Mini down. Hold on. Rienz is still alive.
Maybe. Wingman still in play.
Time, though, it's so low. Trying to swing off the back of the Wingman is a nice idea. But John QT, the mastermind behind Sentinels, not going to let this one slip. It's 12 in map 1 for Sen.
Rien's the man with the Vandal. Last to fall there. TenZ 27 kills.
Huge.
Multiple times he's had his ultimate. But I need to highlight how he's getting to these kills.
remaining.
It's not like he's sitting in the back waiting for things to happen. He's
I love
getting
the
in their
composure.
faces.
Oh, he's an instigator.
Yeah, he understands his mission right now. Yes, he's Omen. Yes, he's on those smokes, but he's getting in the faces of Team Heretics, not letting them have a chance to be able to get off their elaborate plans, disrupting them.
We go again, this time with guns though, but Lifeline starting to be flattened out a little bit here for Heretics. Held on 8.
We haven't seen a change-up from Team Heretics' game plan yet. Same players, same spots. Now lockdown in play as well. That's going to help with a retake if they need it. But gambling towards the C site, Sentinels has been so good with their audibles. Once they get certain information, they know when to pivot away. They know how to use that time, squeeze out the last second. Zekken coming into Garage. Benji!
And Benji's been having a nightmare this series, fair to say. But this time
yes.
he's saved by Wu. Zekken goes down and now they can maybe live for another second or so, but it's Zellsis to trade out, at least take away the first. But TenZ then takes strides towards the site, disrespecting the Bosch and the man behind it. Rienz falls, and TenZ is just on an absolutely nuclear level performance here. 29 kills. And now Mini Boo and Boo, brothers in arms, Might have to watch map 1 slip between their fingertips now. Forced to fight forward and forced to fall. It's all on Boo in a 1v4. Map 1 surely sitting with Sentinels. What more were you ever meant to do against this side? Map 1 is in the books. You put them on a big stage. They
get a little bit of a curveball that Sentinels wouldn't expect, but they're sticking with the same composition. So what they could do is change up how they play that composition. We see a lot of these 5-man hits. Maybe we see them get a little bit more loose at middle, send Benji up that way a little bit more, try to send more people with Boo on these B lurks. Zekin has that Sheriff, had that B line, but he's gonna peel off of it a little bit. That mid hold from Sentinels, they got that turret as well. Happy to play for that retake.
Yeah, just setting tempo, just taking the time.
And they're Team Heretics, they're slowing down right now. They're kind of feeling out the map, seeing what space they can get, see if Sentinels bites on anything. But Sentinels doesn't really bite. When they have their setups that they're happy to sit in, they wait as long as they need to make sure that the enemy is fully committed. Hey, you're just doing a fake? Cool. You're going to end up coming into my gamble stack. Oh, you actually went there. Cool. We're fine doing the retakes. We showed you how many times we can do it on Haven. When our backs are against the wall, we'll make it happen.
And it is interesting to see no support, though, on the way for Zekin here. At this point, he has had to fall back pretty deep. He's playing somewhat safe, though, I feel, now in CT. But he's going to hear this. He's going to hear commitment behind it. The lurk now coming in middle.
And that spike plant position is going to be for B main and middle. So if these players are able to stay alive at kitchen as long as possible and bleed the time from the clock, that is their win condition.
Yeah, Boo and Benji.
Saucy also has a Sheriff in hand and Zelsis. 3 Sheriffs on this retake.
They've fallen away from kitchen to play dedicated towards side. And again, Zekin once again checked on. He's not getting any freedom to play into this. So it's the vast majority of players now working back in. They're going to know where that spike is planted specifically for. But there's still a man on the site. And Boo shows his hand, takes away tens and looks for a follow-up. Zelsis next in line. He can't stand any longer. Finally falls, but as did Wood. That's an issue. Now they're starting to lose our numbers of 4v3.
Reflank from Benji.
And now you're going to look at that back line. You're looking at the likes of Benji to find some value. You're banking on Benji! Finding both! Keeps the plant safe. And Heretics this time get their pistol.
That is the first pistol round on the board for Team Heretics. And I think an important thing to talk about in the context of how that Haven map fell apart for them towards the end. That's 2 pistol rounds that you lose. And then they also lost that round. That got Sentinels to 11 rounds, back up like a gun in Classics.
Yeah.
That could have been a lot closer. That could have been a 12-12. I see that going the distance. So if Team Heretics is able to pick up at least one of the pistols here, convert those next few rounds, maybe they have a chance to show what they did against DRX.
And the gamble stack here. I think Dizzy did his work, but still, Zekin persists. And the timing could be nice here. No, we're going to find Zelsis and damage. Yeah, okay, Heretics not going to be caught off guard, really. Very conscious of Sentinels trying to get in their face, but this is fine. They were happy to go for a gamble.
The rare occasion that the Sentinels Classic isn't actually effective getting any damage in a flawless round coming for Team Heretics. So going into that first gun round, the bonus round really for Team Heretics, they had a Ghost on Benji. They have a couple of Spectres. They have that Neon. They could do a fast play. I like their approach on that pistol round. They've done it before where they get that B main control, then that B main hit comes in, when that Viper wall's on full charge, they make that noise and the split comes through middle. If they're able to reproduce those types of situations on weapons like this, that could be something that Sentinel struggles to deal with here. But looks like a slow opening.
I mean, we got 3 players here. Do we have a little bit of a scrap on this one? Already Heretics heading this way. Gonna leave Zekin posted up by pipes here. Saucy by his side, and then just a little bit lower down his tens.
A little bit of a switch up on the Team Heretics side. Normally they would have Boo over towards that B area and Benji kind of lurking around middle, maybe grouped with his team. But right now, Benji's on his lonesome and Boo's grouped with a team. I think an important change, keeping that Viper alive. This drone getting so much value, seeing so many players, but still.
High flash should have swing, but he couldn't get the bullet where he wanted it. It looked so perfect. I like them trying to be proactive though there, Josh.
Those mini bite-sized plays are what Sentinels is really good at, just finding that opportunity to get that first kill or be able to get a little bit of map control. Big scan, Benji's at middle, trying to take out that turret. He can call them back and forth. If they make a pressure towards B, Benji can catch players in the back on that rotation. Even this kill on this turret might stir a reaction. 40 seconds though, time's getting low, and Team Heretics is needing to hit soon.
Yeah, Zels is the one to be pulled away. That might be the best that they can hope for. So now, Heretics have to play forward. You're going to have to take that space, take that fight, take the bull by the horns, and Sassy overwhelmed. But the backbone stands. Tens again with 2. Zelsis makes it back towards the site. He handles business, leaving Benji in a 1v3, but he does have a rifle. How far does Benji go on this? Has a look, 10 seconds. He ain't got much of a time to play with, no. Well played by Sentinels to hold that back of the site securely. Again, a bonus round, though, for Heretics, so they can go for those riskier choices.
A little bit of decent damage, but Sentinels, again, sticking to their guns. Once they've decided that their feet are firmly planted in this position, they're chill. And a reason for that, especially in a matchup like this against Team Heretics,
That's the round we want, though, boys. That's the round we want.
Those audibles. Once they show that they want to go somewhere, they wait, they recharge, and then they try again. It's very rare that they actually try to pivot and go somewhere else. So Sentinels have them read, decide to sit there, and stick to their guns. And hey, it's working for them.
Now we get into the real meat of it, though. This is the fun part. 10 still controlling, trying to set up Zelsis this time. Love the unison between these two. Synergy is fantastic.
A little bit of fake pressure towards A, Team Heretics, getting that control. Also, slipping the gap at B, but Boo, he's the first point of contact here and going down. That means they lose the wall. Needing to use middle now if they want to be able to close out this round, or when they go B, they can't instantly go for that plant. They got to take that space, look for another duel. This next fight, John QT, how do you play this?
And Zelsis is getting closer, though. Yeah, he's still a little bit worried about middle, but again, he could bank on that turret, maybe a touch, but still, this is John QT potentially isolated. Got to be careful, not outstay his welcome. A risk too far. Normally quite the mastermind, quite a diligent player, but that felt desperate, even at a man advantage.
And Rian's just picked up the ultimate orb just before that spike got planted. He's got his ultimate. Spike not planted for that mid flank this time, so B main is the main point of contention, but both Vipers out.
This is the start, a tap on the spike, and Zelsis looking to close the gap, but it's Miniboo to answer back, and he gets outswung. Zelsis goes wide, takes down Miniboo, and another go on the spike here.
Wait,
one to get half. Anyone going to deal with this? Anyone going to swing on this one? Finally, they take it away, but the defuse is happening. Whoa! That was so close. And again, he has to try and close the gap, and there's nothing more to be done. Right under their noses, a fumble from Heretics.
No other word to describe it than a fumble. And those types of rounds, if Sentinels is able to steal it away, that is when they start gaining that momentum. And right here, you can see the body language on the players of Team Heretics, how Boo is talking to the team, the rest of the team, not animated, quiet. It's just crazy. A gift from John QT, peeking from Snowman.
Gustavo,
5 versus 4.
I love that sacrification from you. Good job.
Or that retake.
Sacrification.
They don't even have that in play, and they still close it out. Team Heretics needs to do better.
They might just get punished here. Look at Zekken, Outlaws out, and you can look at the light shields. Struggling financially, Heretics.
This Outlaw is going to be devastating. Rienz, he had full HP. He has that Vandal, or he had it. He passed around a little bit to Miniboo in this situation right now. Creep up towards A, but again, Sentinels on this stack. They have that line at B on Zekken. He's on top. No threat. Alarm bot, turret, active. Zelsis pivoting, ready to be that fourth player on that A site, and this triangle setup again from Sentinels. We see them stick to these types of setups, and yes, they have this pop flash as well. So as soon as this execute comes in from Team Heretics, they're going to use that orb. They're going to place the shocks, the Vipers Molly, the Wingman's going to come in.
Oh, Miniboo.
Wait, that first kill though.
That's huge. That's his ult now. He can cycle that rifle back, but 10 stands in their way. Does he commit to this angle? How long does 10 stay in the danger zone here? Still playing up towards those rafters. Miniboo waiting, but the flash is perfect. It's on the money, and 10 is doing damage. Oh, and a third! That's what you need from him. Big players making big plays in big games, and now Benji can do nothing but die. The ace taken away, but who cares?
Tens. Grown man plays right there. His team's backing out. They play the retakes all the time by waiting and slowly getting a concave, crushing their opponents. But here, he's like, dude, you saw me on Haven. I don't care. He walks out one at a time, just deletes them from the server.
The Terminator's in the server!
Yeah, not wrong, not wrong. There's something about TenZ when he gets on stage is give the man a crowd. He deserves it, and an instant pause from Heretics.
To the confidence, it could be to the nerves and the pressure of the stage.
Yep.
It could be that they just unravel when they lose a bad round. They can't rebound mentally, but they need to get focused here. Because right now, Sentinels, especially TenZ right now, is having a game.
And you talk about momentum, you talk about confidence, you talk about that X factor. Rounds like that are what we mean. These players on SEN can give you them. Now Heretics can as well, but they've got to start now. This could be the fatal blow. And it could start at a scoreline like 3-2. Feels almost innocuous at times, but it could be so deadly. As Heretics look for a change, look for a switch up, but it looks like Sentinels have the read. And they got the kill. Rienz goes down. Handled in middle and sent back towards spawn.
A 5-man reclear. They have the great retake ultimates lockdown. TenZ has his ultimate as well to turn off all the abilities. Team Heretics trying to do so much by getting up middle with that extremity pressure. Benji and, oh no, he goes down 2. The timing from Saucy. And 5v3. Team Heretics, like, right now, you don't really have that many options. Boo on this late flank around the world as well.
And the Terminator's closing in. Hunter's Fury's there, just going to secure safety. And they're running out of options. This map is just closing in on them. You're banking on Boo here. Now, John QT made a little bit of an uncharacteristic mistake last time. This time, I doubt it. And Zekken getting curious.
That's a big swing right there. Boo. And John QT, this Viper.
But they, oh! An opportunity missed and a lifeline made for Boo. The lockdown's there, 15 seconds. I don't know what they're meant to do here. The plant's at least in, but they have to fall so far back. Zelsis already going to find Mini Boo, and the other two trying to cross, and Zelsis takes them down! This is just going from bad to worse for Heretics, and the uphill swing for Sentinels is here.
And that was off the back as well. Team Heretics taking that timeout, coaches getting involved, calling this play. Everything was about that 3-man pack in middle to cause enough of a disruption, get the kills, get that map control to make Sentinels feel very uncomfortable. But what happens is a 5-man reclear from Sentinels, get that kill, find Benji lurking through that A site, and are able to just close it out. Team Heretics, all they have to rely on are those set plays, the plans from the start of the round, their adaptations, calling those pivots on audibles in these mid-rounds, non-existent.
It's got to start now for Heretics. You wanted a chance to make it to the finals. Here in the likes of Champs, you have to take on teams like this. There are no weak links anymore. There are no easy games. And right now they're suffering under that scrutiny. Sentinels at the helm of it, but it's not over. 2 rounds to work with, and Heretics need to pick up now. Show me that grit. Show me what you can do here. Enough respect being shown, but I'm looking at a flash in hand, potentially. A pre-take, no. Just the nade so far. The Sentinels wait on the verge.
Now, Team Heretics, do you stay in? Do you give the same medicine back to Sentinels, block them from getting out the choke points, or do you retreat back to main? They're retreating right now. It's only Miniboo in the site.
He's got so much weight on his shoulders. All of EMEA trying to put their faith in this team, and they're being melted to pieces. TenZ takes away Miniboo. Now you're looking at the back lines. Where's that util coming from? Zekken doesn't care. He's already taken away Woot. They're capitulating. They're falling here. Heretics need to make a stand. A miss of the utility, and Zekken runs through them. I need a timeout. I need something. I need to see signs of life from Heretics.
Team Sentinels, they burned 2 on that Haven first half. 7 and 10 were the rounds that they called them in. Right now, are we going to see the same thing from Team Heretics, burning both their timeouts just to get signs of life right now? 2 rounds are on the board for them. But
let's keep the same energy. We don't need more, we don't need less.
Sentinels on 5 in a row right now. Unbreakable at the moment, especially TenZ is going in. He has that killer instinct right now. He's hitting his shots, and he's feeling confident. And when you have a TenZ that's hitting hard like this, that is scary.
You know you got hell to pay when that's happening. And rinse and repeat. What breaks the trend? Sheriffs? A new idea from Boo, something, who knows? Again, you're gonna have to start digging deep. These are the games that test you the most. As I said, 1 life left. You don't have a map to depend on to fall back on. You took a risk in the veto. I respect it. You took a risk with the compositions. I respect it. But then you got to stick the landing.
When Sentinels went up against EDG to get knocked down into this stage of the game, EDG disrespected Sentinels, got in their faces, did not let Sentinels come in on these retakes. Team Heretics giving so much respect to Sentinels, letting them go wherever they want. Again, another A hit. Boo trying to get a lurk timing, but he's gonna get caught in the back in a second here.
Oh, and
wait.
Hello? Saucy hasn't turned. Suddenly, he's got a surprise. Saucy goes down and Boo's broken through, but there's a flank on a flank here. The turret does give it away. But still, do they even notice this when they've got 30 seconds for the Terminators here?
30 seconds.
He's still holding this one.
Wait, they don't know.
They don't know the plant. They don't know. Oh my God, Celsius is behind every single player. And look at the patience. Look at the pedigree. He waits and he strikes. Taking down Heretics piece by piece. Just down to Boo, and it's all but done. They are gonna be in tatters, Josh.
The crowd, the joy, Sentinels, they're all unleashed right now. Such big plays from everyone coming into play. Boo thinks he's got them on the ropes, thinks he's got them in the back lines, but Zelsis one-ups him, says, hey, you know what?
Yo, you like how we're on the same page? They're
Guess what? I'm right behind them. The trigger discipline on them too.
Hey, he's swearing, I did it.
Yeah,
well,
you
so
did
look, we can share the fines, no worries. I mean, look, there's no two ways to say it's in the scoreline. Dude,
there's chances. Look, this half could end up 6-6, and that's respectable, right? But right now, Team Heretics, when they're given the site for free, they back off and let Sentinels create this concave move back in, but are we going to see another switch up here, another flash timing peak?
But look, Tens is already here. They just doubled down on the aggression, trying to face Heretics, crush them under their heel. This time, though, they stand, and they stand tall. Ults to work with. And if Sentinels stick around on the side too long, they could get punished because of that. Oh, the re-aggress from Zekken. I told you, they don't respect you. You got to bring them to heel. Zelsis is leaning forward. Heretics this time defending themselves. Saucy takes away Miniboo, but it's all Heretics thus far. This is better. The best look we've seen from them as to date.
Life still in them. A 4 versus 2. I've seen Sentinels win war like harder rounds to close out. So, but Spike being planted, front generator. This is going to allow them to play this actual safe, fall back, play this post plant. But Heretics not knowing where they want to play. Do they want to play up? Do they want to play back? Sitting in maze, ready to strike on a timing. Wait for that wall to drop and do a triple peek, but here comes the molly. It's going to stall a little bit.
Saucy, not going to get it this time. I respect them trying to double down on the aggression, really offset, get in the heads of Heretics. I like that. This time, though, Heretics keep themselves secure. Safety. And you said it. 6-6 is a respectable scoreline. It can be achieved. There's nothing stopping them there. And they kept 4 alive. They kept some of these ults. This is a really clean, good, respectable round to walk away with.
Especially if they're able to pick up that second half pistol, there's suddenly a game on our hands, especially if it does end in a 6-6 or 7-5 scoreline here. So Team Heretics got to stay in the game mentally. And Sentinels, off the back of that Heretics timeout, decides, okay, you know what? They're probably going to call an elaborate play. Let's just walk up, try to fight them. We've been winning our fights. Why not? But they lose them for the first time. Unlucky. Team Heretics still, though, they want to be able to close this out. Well, Zekken. No flash, though. We're sitting Zelsis sitting on that, or Tens sitting on that boiler, waiting for that molly to come into play to try to take out that defensive turret so he can deny that molly. Here, the timing, the molly gets thrown. Tens just left it. Now this turret's going to go down. This is going to cause pressure. Sentinels last time, they went back into middle together as 5 to re-clear this. This time, they stick to their guns. They don't move at all. They don't care.
How is Benji on 10 HP already?
Spam battle, I think.
Must have been.
Or outlaw. Zelsis outlaw shot.
Oh, you're right. There it is. He's a lucky boy to be alive.
But again, Zelsis just fills the position at middle that the turret was holding.
And now you got to try and break through against 3. They're not going to respect you this time. They're still going to stand. They're still going to hold their ground. Do they back away because of the ult potentially, or do they double down?
This Thrash, if he gets it perfect at Maze and catches Zekin, there's a chance. But right now, it's another 3.5 player stack on this A site for Sentinels. Team Heretics hasn't been able to break through like this before.
Oh, but Zekin still standing, still dangerous. He's been caught this time, detained. Zelsis gets mini boot. What? How the hell did that happen? Lockdown's in play.
Viper's Pit, maybe?
25 seconds here. What's the game plan? Trying to get a quick plant? Boo? You gonna sacrifice yourself for this? There's 15 seconds. Look at Tenz's position.
Round, though.
Tenz is still here though.
Wait.
They have no idea. Wow, Boo! Out of nowhere! Scares the life out of them. 5 seconds pretty soon. Boo is still trying, but the time. How close was that? It's in, and that's all that matters. There's now a 1v3 as Boo just pulled off the most outrageous play. That was something that could haunt them here. And Zelsis might undo it all. That's 1. Needs 2 more. Benji down low. They're together. That could have been it. That could have been it. But it wasn't. Heretics stay alive. Clutching onto this game, clawing back into this game with 2 rounds now, back to back.
I've seen this before from Boo, when he has to put the team on his back. Normally he's the in-game bleeder. You don't look to him to have these standout performances. You look to Benji, you look to Reams and Woot. But Boo, when his team can't find anything, he is the one that steps up. He is the one that has these big confidence plays. That was so risky, and it could have been so devastating for them. But instead, it's one of those high-risk, high-reward plays you need to do.
Oh, wait, JongQT's being chased down.
Chase out. The tempo change.
He was on the hunt from the get-go, seeing JongQT. Vulnerability. The site should be theirs. Viper's Pit off the rip. The pace change is divine, and it's worked. But you heard it. Zekin popping the ult, still has the operator as well. There's a lot of ults here, though, Josh.
Yep. You either have to go through the pit, though, on the outside part of the map, or you have to go into the alarm bot, the mollies, and the funnel. Going for those random spam shots. We've seen him line them up before, but he's popped his Blade Storm. They're going for the defuse.
Rattling off that 338. And Zelsis is trying to take a step forward. He finds a target, and it's going to drop. And now suddenly they're in danger. Liam still has the ult. He might need to invest it sooner rather than later. And now there's problems. The tag on 2, maybe. Is that going to be enough to secure the kill? It is. But down to the same problems again. No! Heartbreak in the same fashion. Rinse and repeat.
This is one of those issues where when you're on that stage, you have the crowd going, you have all the comms, the chatter, the freaking out because you just got flanked in your Viper's Pit and you can't hear that the spike gets tapped. It gets to half before that 100 Fury goes off, and if it stops them from getting it to half, maybe there's a chance. But again, Heretics falling back and failing. That Viper's Pit could have been on the spike. They could have kept so much pressure on Sentinels, but instead they peel off and Sentinels finds their way in again.
But it's glimmers, it's chances, it's the finest margins. But again, we were looking at the scoreline being close. Can they pick themselves up again? The Heretics have that in them, that grit to go again after being broken so beautifully by Sentinels.
It was an instant 5 versus 4 ultimates used. Can they make enough pressure here at A to make Zekin budge? Can they find that opening pick again? But even if they do, they can't convert it. Sentinels has been winning every retake, basically.
Pressure.
Still, so many players. Sentinels loves the setup. Forward towards A. The retake on B, they have that Hunter's Fury as well if they need it.
How are they going to read this one, though?
Here comes the walk-in.
Timing now, Zekin waited. Double swing on it. He's lucky to be alive here.
The reaction from Sentinels, they weren't sure if they wanted to commit to the rotate or not. They're kind of in the middle of pivoting between the 2 sites, knowing that, hey, this seems like it's just a ruse. It's going to be back to A. They're in the position. Tenz still has a flash, and we've seen him in this position flying out.
30 seconds left.
If this isn't an indication that Heretics is committing here, I don't know what is.
20 seconds now. Denial on the side. It's getting down to the wire.
Wingman
18 seconds. You're looking for the plant now. Counter Hunter's Fury, we're going to be seeing 13 seconds. Boo going to find the brain of tens, but still the plant going to come into play. Zelsis steps forward, loses his life. They're clawing into this one.
5
Heretics
seconds.
showing what they can. These plants are so close. Bloody hell, they are looking good here though. In the final moments, Heretics hold on. 5 rounds is all they get, but it gives them a chance, Josh. It's so small, but maybe, just maybe, it could be enough.
No mistakes from Team Heretics in this second half. They need to start with that pistol. Sentinels has been looking so good in so many instances, but a few big plays from Team Heretics is helping them stay in the game.
Yeah, this is game on here. There's a chance.
Let's go back, boys.
This is what it's about, those finest of margins. But still, we get to hear from some of my favorite people that there are. Petra and Amy from G2 are standing by with Jen to give us their thoughts.
Hi guys, Jen Lee here. I'm standing here with G2 Gosen's Petra and Amy. 안녕하세요. 이번에는 게임 체인저스 팀인 G2 고즌의 페트라 선수와 에이미 선수 만나보도록 하겠습니다. 먼저 G2가 사실 미국 회사긴 한데 G2 고즌은 유럽 팀이거든요. 오늘 누구를 응원하?
It's a head scratcher. You think that they've cooked up something new with agents. They haven't. You think they've cooked up something new with game plan. They haven't. They've been looking shaky individually, not closing out the rounds that they should be. Mini Boo, trying to find that early contact. It doesn't get punished. But a 3-stack on Maze, a 4th player coming in.
And look at the pace. Sentinels mean business. They want in, re-ends. The first of the door going to send Zekken away. Takes him down to 20, and they got to respect that. But they double down. Sentinels singular in approach almost here. Held back currently towards Maze at 410. Nice from Woot. Big opportunity now. This is getting scrappy, getting a bit messy. And Zelsis, I told you that classic has something in it.
No way.
No! Mini Boo, not like that. Not like this. And look at the HP on them, Josh. They're barely breathing, but they're still alive. Riens, that could have been heaven sent.
John QT down to 11.
Bloody hell, this is just taking lumps out of each other.
3 versus 3. The round slows down. Killjoy down for the defense. That's going to cause some pressure, some strain. Team Heretics, though, they're moving together. They're reading this really well. They know exactly where Sentinels wants to go here.
Yeah, there was no finesse to the start of it, but maybe the end could be a little bit cleaner.
Look at that Viper wall for the attack side. It's on that A site. They have nothing to
30
work with
seconds
here
left.
except their guns. They need to move in so well together. But John QT, 1 shot, he goes down. Zelsis, 2 for him.
It felt like they're second guessing, they're drifting away, but maybe not. Maybe just the one man, Boo,
15
the
seconds.
one who sacrificed everything, gets a double! He's given them the hope, the chance here. And Sussy has to
10
go for this
seconds
plant.
left.
And he's actually been given it.
Planted.
An opportunity made out of nothing. He's even evaded the jump spot, but you don't get away from Woot. Heretics holding this together.
Heretics did such a good job there. That first initial engagement towards top generator peeled off, realized they didn't want to overstay their welcome. Regroup to the back of the site, fight together. Benji out on his own. He was reloading his sheriff and his teammates weren't swinging with him. And it got a little bit dicey for a second there, but the recovery was good. And this timing of this orb, there's 20 seconds left when he pops that. That leaves them with 5 if they wait it out. So perfectly timed from Boo, getting that second. And you're wondering, why did he not stop that plant? It's better to play that 3 versus 1 and secure that round than to go for stopping that plant. If Saucy wasn't committing to it, gets the kill on Boo, gets the plant, he has a 1-on-2.
Okay, just classics. SEN bundle classic, however, so a little bit risky, but should, by all accounts, be comfortable. And got to say, when it comes to Boo's performance, because he is the one kind of anchoring this B site, he has been a safe pair of hands here. Really.
Saucy down as well for 17.
Yeah,
down.
beautiful, beautiful from Boo. Doesn't even need to see them, just knows where to spam, knows what to go for. And he plays his life well here. They'd love to take him away, and he's not letting him. Beautiful. Again, backbone, safe pair of hands. He's the ice-cold leader, and sometimes you need someone like that.
Rallying the team behind, we talked about it before. 7-7 to the scoreline off the back of that pistol. Yes, they have both in this game to be able to keep them just barely alive. But, I mean, hey, Sentinel did that to them on Haven. So right here, this is where the game really starts to separate. Does Team Heretics get to
That's all she wrote.
They have
That's all
these
she
weapons.
wrote.
They get this bonus round going. Sentinels, what do you have in play? Because right now, maybe if you were thinking, let's go B, guess what? Boo's been having a belter of a performance, as I think you would say.
I certainly would.
Unable to.
Oh, did he
recalled
recall?
it.
Nice.
I think he recalled it.
Yeah.
20-second cooldown.
Perfect. So we have to keep a little bit of an eye on it, but at least there's a chance. But it looks like the hit's coming in already. I'm looking at Rien's here. Does he get cleared?
Saw the setup from Sentinels. It was so strong.
Root though, high Dizzy, and Mini Boo on the re-clear. Beautiful approach towards the maze. Oh, and Moshed on the, what? How did, John QC's having a nightmare this
he's
map,
like 1 in 12 right now.
Yeah, he's having a rough go of things. And we know what he's like, we know what he can do. But this hasn't been hitting for him, at least in this map. Zelsis, Sassy, and Tens left wanting here, barely making it past maze at all, barely making it towards sight.
Boo keeping them contained in here. The can of sardines, he's got them in the back lines, garage jump spotting. The Team Heretics stacked on the back of the site here. But Rienz goes down.
Hold on. You can't doubt him. Mini Boo could do really nicely. Oh, he absolutely can. In unison with Benji. Beautifully timed.
Team Heretics is not only collecting these rounds, Mini Boo standing up there as well, but the fashion that they're doing it, they're fighting together. They're making sure that they are in the same area. You see this re-clear at maze together with the Dizzy and the slide in. We're seeing this early aggression towards pipes and maze. We're seeing that there's so much confidence in leaving Boo on an island. He's doing a great job of surviving and getting kills through the walls as well. Right now, Sentinels pump to the brakes. Round 16. Let's take a timeout. We just lost our first gun round against their bonus. They're catching the lead now. What do we need to switch up here? What's been working for them and what's not been working for us? Well, John QT, I haven't really seen him have any impact. Right now, it seems as a...
Which is rare.
It is rare. And when we look at him and what he does, pivoting, maybe lean on your teammates. Get them to chime in with a little bit of input of what you need to do to get through this. Tens picking up that, I think that's a Marshall, but still just as deadly as an Outlaw sometimes.
Yeah, looking to scout things out. Benji, please.
Just toying with them a little bit.
He's not, maybe not in this round. Maybe we just chill.
These are the dangerous rounds. When you highlight Sentinels, this is the round that you don't want to lose. This happened on Haven as well.
Yep. This is when you play it by the book. You know what I mean? You cross the T's, you dot the I's. You're going through every protocol. Because there's certain teams that have such high potential for these rounds. I mean, even statistically. So I get a little scared. SEN is certainly one of those. But we'll see. As it stands, Heretics are I guess not really going to be caught unawares by that. They should be very aware of it. Knife goes in, clears yellow, nothing there.
He's going to catch the timing, get the kill on Rienz. No.
Christ, look at this. Zelsis cracks it open. Does he get traded quickly? No, he's away like a thief for the night. He's out of there. They're doubling back though. And they never broke the alarm bot either, so I'm surprised that they pulled so many players away of A, like from towards B.
This is a big gamble from Heretics. It's the wrong read. Sentinels, yes, they're on eco, but they have that Phantom, and with a plant, he's got lockdown. That orb is still there. He can get locked down off the back of that.
Do you ever feel like you're watching a disaster potentially happen?
Yes,
I feel like this could be happening here. But back on site, quick rotation from Mini Boo. There's still support here. 10 seconds. Got to wait for the plant. They're not going to go ahead of this. Question mark. They shouldn't go ahead of this. Okay, there we go. Woot keeps himself calm. And now I'm looking to see if that lockdown is in play. No, Zelsis is still one off from that. Mini Boo backs off. Zelsis is your danger man. Does he switch that rifle out? He does. Zekken with the armor, with a full HP, high Dizzy, and suddenly you're under the gun, you're under scrutiny, and you're put 10 feet under by John QT and a Ghost. He wants more, he gets more! I told you
John QT,
it was a disaster! And we just witnessed it!
the closer, Zelsis getting up maze, finding that gap when Rienz was on the drone, dodging it, taking him out, getting that Phantom, and it's again, those are the rounds you cannot lose to Sentinels. That is what gets them into the game. That's what kills your entire confidence.
Momentum, everything.
It's gone. It's dried. And Sentinels runs with these rounds. We talked about John QT.
Welcome back to me.
He was at one kill.
A bit late.
3 kills on that round to take him to 4. Sentinels. Oh man, that is a must-needed round.
That could be the swing. Will that be the one? We're still all even. How is that mental for Heretics now, though? This is when it brings it into question. And they feel that pressure when you make mistakes. And Sentinels, as I said, you give them an inch, they'll take a mile, they'll run with that. This time it looks committed, at least to start with. Want to see them remove alarm bot. That's gone.
Even spread so much faith on Woot on this A site, even though he's got that Thrash. The bait setup trying to come into play here. Boo wants to get behind yellow, but knows once that knife or dart comes off cooldown, he can get caught. Zelsis has his lockdown off the back of that. It's going to be instantly invested.
Does Boo get out of here?
Benji stole that mid line.
Okay. It still feels so tense. Boo. Scary way to play. And Sassy going to post this actually. One towards Snowman and kind of back towards middle. That's going to be Benji noted, but that's fine. That's not the end of the world. Miniboo going to be held back as well. John QT taking a chunk of damage here, but he takes one with him. Oh, what a follow-up! John QT coming alive when they needed him. But middle's getting one out by Heretics. And now John QT is not safe. Benji strikes back. And now a 2v3. Zelsis and Zekken, though, some heavy hitters still here. They pop the ult on this one. Boo wants to try and keep this at least in their favor. So Zekken gets curious, takes a glance, and didn't see Benji. Zekken now spamming as Benji finds Zelsis. Zekken still stands and time is ticking. They got to get a move on. Zekken, can he connect here? Trying to get towards half. He's done so well! The time, though, is there. The fuse is there. And Heretics take back the lead.
Close round. Both teams giving it their all, and I swear, you mention his name once, and he's just like, what? Did someone call my name?
Summoned.
John QT
Summoned.
In their faces. This is what Tens was doing on Haven, just getting in their faces, lining them up, and taking them down. But right now, you're right, Team Heretics does get the lead. Sentinels doesn't have the great economy, but either team does. These teams come down to the wire with one alive at the end.
It's round by round.
It's not even that, it's that it could be a big one round. It can be the difference of 2 or 3 rounds.
Yep.
Miniboo going down early here. This is not the round to go aggro, not off the back of a win, not when your teammates have $0, 100 on Boo.
Right here.
Right now, just split apart. Team Heretics, they switch up their setup. They wanted to go aggressive on B. They put Benji on A. That Viper's Pit on John QT, though, I look to that. If he gets in their faces, pops that towards screens, doesn't enable Team Heretics the ability to even get out the choke point. What do you do? But Benji, he's got a lockdown of his own. He needs to use it.
Rien's the mechanical monster, but Zekken's in. Rien's doing the dance, trying to find him. It looks like a 2v1 right now, but Benji's the one to catch him. So there's Zelsis on top of the site. The lockdown, you got to evacuate quickly, you got to respect it. And Benji gonna backfill the space. Puts his body on the line now. Yeah, he's creeping towards Maze. But Tens knows this, but does he know who he's up against? Benji Fishy! Could have closed it down, but it's a 1v1. Boo's been the backbone, but Zelsis could break it. 30 seconds, Spike is there. Zelsis clearing corners, and now he knows Boo gonna just slip away. Try and play the timing a touch. 5 bullets to play with.
He's got that Viper's Molly as well, waiting for that tap. He's been so big for these guys before, but Zelsis at the top with the...
He's hunting. 5 bullets. He's hunting.
He's
He's looking, and he can't get him in time! Boo! Off the back of Benji's brilliance! Does exactly what Heretics needed!
A 4 versus 5 conversion as well for Team Heretics. Benji in a 2 versus 4 re-aggresses into Maze and lines them up. Knocks them all over right there. That's huge. A 4 kill. Almost ended up with that ace as well. Just couldn't connect. And
Those are those moments.
These rounds are so... You can't predict them.
No.
You really can't. And an outlaw purchase from Rien's, realizing the economy situation from Sentinels here. Zekken also, Bladestorm.
Starting to feel the scrutiny themselves, Sentinels. First time we felt that pendulum really start to swing here. But as you said, this can be any situation. It's still winnable. It's still doable. The caliber between these two teams is off the charts. So for now, let's look at the opening approach here.
Sentinels talked about how good they are with those audibles, with those adaptations on the fly. But right now, they're not showing us anything new. They're not really using middle that often. They're not even breaking that turret or alarm bot. Benji stealing that space again. So Sentinels, all this work and effort to steal this space, to pressure Team Heretics to use that drone to re-clear things. But Team Heretics, they don't even need a budge. Benji off that sound cue, off A site, B site. Oh, hey, you guys are split. Cool. I'm gonna go take out your turret, create some more pressure on you guys. And here, Sentinels, they're regrouping right now, all of them together. They're leading Zelsis in mid for that late flank. But will they clear Miniboo? He's just on the edge here, so he can dodge and knife here and then get back behind yellow.
Let's see.
It's a flash, it's a flash and dash.
Yeah, flash.
30 seconds left.
No dash on the follow-up. Miniboo's still here, and Boo's gonna find Zekken. Oh wait, they're falling! What is going on here? Miniboo, the surprise of their life, and Benji pulls him into the blender. Zelsis makes his appearance, but he's got an uphill struggle. A 2v4, and Tens can do nothing! Oh, give it to him! Give it to him!
10 seconds left.
He's waving! He's waving!
You know
Disrespect.
If you give it like that, you got to take it as well. Zelsis has always been the player up. He's always the one giving it large.
That is
and now
true.
there's a timeout.
A must-needed timeout as well.
30 seconds left.
Looking at round 20. They're down by 3. Team Heretics. This is a very close scoreline to what we saw in the last game as well.
Yeah.
And keeping in mind, Sentinels won both pistols in that last map. Now, Team Heretics, they win both pistols. They have the lead. They are on the cusp. Sentinels stringing together these buys, but still, we talk about how good they are and making these adaptations, figuring out where the enemy is.
Oh, going after this. You don't win, you go home. That's it. And for Heretics, it came down to this map to try and stay alive. SEN could have closed out in 2, but we're not there yet. 8-11. Heretics do have the upper hand, but a timeout comes. Does it answer their problems? Does it find solutions? They're trying to isolate Boo at the start here. He's not going down, though. He's playing a really balanced game. Oh, Zekken, though.
Very
Still
here,
wanting
Boo.
to follow up. And he's got support.
Waiting for
He's
that
got Woot
flash.
here.
He's going to activate his dash with that flash. Try to punish Woot there behind that yellow. The 3-man stack, though, does one play anti. Anticipating. They have the read again.
Flash, dash, we're away. No one playing anti, and the body's gonna what? Whoa, 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 something went wrong. Something went wrong mechanically on that one. Mouse problem, don't know. That's
not happy about whatever
that's
happened
horrific. That could be a mental breaker too. We'll come back to that. For now, it's a 4v4. And it's a pivot. Zelsis could still give them the golden path here to go ahead. He's got help as well. Sarsi's with him. Trying to clear some of this utility. Benji on the verge! Big pickup! Benji's starting to find his footing here. A quiet series until now. We saw him pick up that 4, almost 5 earlier on. And 10 struggling to find safety. He's banking on someone to save him, and there's no one coming. Look at 10's be the one. No, it's all on John QT in a 1v3. And he's dealt with it. 12 for Heretics. And I feel like we might have a tech pause, but who knows?
Match point.
Game wouldn't be a game without.
We'll see. I'm interested. Because I don't know if it went off the mouse pad, something. It felt like
so many.
froze.
I've had that happen to a teammate.
Yeah.
They swiped so much that it went off the mouse pad. I've seen sensor issues. I've seen everything.
Knows?
But right now, Team Heretics in their faces, disrespecting Sentinels, not playing to the normal game plan they have, is waiting for everyone to group, then doing the retake together. They're feeling confident, they're taking these duels, they're disrespecting Sentinels, and that's exactly the name of the game. That's what EDG did to send Sentinels down here. Now Team Heretics taking a page out of their book, getting a little bit loose, winning the duels, feeling confident enough to take them. And again, another 3-man stack here on that B site for Team Heretics. Another good read. A site completely undefended right now. Lockdown, 100 Fury in play if they need it for that retake.
Looking at 10's ult as well, though. That's huge.
And Saucy.
Yeah, now that ready. Kind of a bookend, really. Start and end.
We get to see a lurk this time. John QT,
like
we haven't seen them go through mid yet.
Start the round now with commitment. And look at the utility. This sets John QT up. This could be massive. Benji spotted it! That could be so much. That could be near on everything. 10's goes down as well. It's falling for Sentinels. That lifeline, that grit, that determination we asked for, but the res comes in. He's back on his feet. A 5v4. It ain't over yet. Zekken on the site has to play this smart. Benji with the lockdown.
Countered.
He's not moving. He's not moving, though. He's still standing. They're still fighting. Zekken trying to back away here. He has to respect this to an extent. Woot trying to play forward. We're going to have the Hunter's Fury lockdown destroyed. And now we've got the pressure building here. How much is left in the tank for Sentinels? That's how much. Second, still going. Sassy taking them away. And down is on Zelsits on second here, and it's all on Boo on the other side. Maybe 9 is calling Sentinels his name, as Boo knows he's out of time, and he's not running away from that.
Will the round end before the spike explodes? They save their guns, okay.
Yep, big.
Keep them into this next round. Map point for Team Heretics to even up the series 1-1. Huge impact opening duels for Benji.
If John QT got away with that, you
Right.
thought that could be totally different.
Right. But so far, so many rounds, Team Heretics is finding that first kill and converting it. And even the rounds that they haven't, when Miniboo died on that garage push, pushing
Comeback
QT,
starts here, whether it's this map or the next.
converted. Zekin looks like mentally he's rebound from whatever happened.
Yeah. It shows a great deal of wherewithal, even for a young player like him.
Good info for Team Sentinels. I wonder if Team Heretics uses that to kind of get in front of where Sentinels is going to go next. Change the setup.
It's curious, isn't it? Do they then expect it to be this fast BP, so they even though layer ahead of that? Who knows? For now, what we can see is that Boo's already expecting this to an extent, sitting deeper by Snowman, sitting a little further back. But still, they've conditioned them to have to clear yellow like this. They have to invest, show their hand early.
Securing that Snowman control, making it easy for the rest of his team to be able to come through middle, through kitchen, through that hallway, and come in for this retake. But we see this. Sentinel still hasn't even broached the site yet, but it's a 5v5 right here. Benji listening for the callback. Zelsys versus Benji.
The Zelsys clear. The crowd. It didn't give away the game, and Benji rewarded. Takes away Zelsys, and the pressure starting to mount. Heretics holding on here. Eyeing up that third map. You could imagine it might be John QT, Sassy, Tens. If they stand, I'm not going to call it done just yet, but Heretics have done everything we asked of them. They've walked the path. They've walked this game back from the brink, back from disaster. And now 2 more bodies to drop. Sassy and John QT in their way of opening up that third map to keep hope alive here for the Heretics side. Desperate to find fair fights. You're not going to get them. John QT has to face the music. Has to wait for map 3 to try and turn their fates. Heretics, they've given us a game. Took a stand on map 1, but now what on earth do we have here on Abyss?
This series was in Sentinels' hands. Now on Abyss, this is on Heretics to lose. It's in their wheelhouse. Sentinels, they're debuting their Abyss right now for the first time. Untested, but
Blood's drawn.
Miniboo getting the first picks, and the dark skin.
It's huge. Heretics off to a flying start here. Tens and John QT have fun.
2v5. Team Heretics looking to pick up a 3rd pistol round in a row right now. Sentinels, you might be losing this pistol. You might be losing that next round. But it's time to dig deep. Tournament life on the line. We've already taken 1 EMEA team out.
Can you claim the second, though?
Ain't claiming that second.
Talked about it before, the kind of old gods of Fnatic, the newer look of the Heretics. Tens.
Opening.
We call it too early. Dude, the threat, disrespect this man. That paranoia looked absolutely gorgeous, but spikes in hand. Look at the HP, though. That's what scares me. 54, 13. It's not really enough to imagine you can turn it on.
Reminiscent of that Icebox as well. So low HP. Boo accidentally getting multiple kills, like on John QT through the wall. Just so low. A spike plant, maybe, perhaps it's in the play for Sentinels, but if they cannot find a way to isolate all these players, to split them up, to find a first kill or 2 untraded, they don't have the health, they don't have the players, the bodies to put behind this. Team Heretics, yes, they have to go for this retake. Yes, it's going to take them 10 seconds to get to that spike to begin with, but oh man, they're healthy.
You talk about miracles. This would be one of them, but Tens, strange things have happened. John QT, Clutch King himself. Steps heard, no body dropped. Had to be clean, still has to be clean. 54 HP is all they got to work. Someone gonna keep an eye on Tens? Is someone gonna keep an eye on Tens? You don't, someone please turn and deal with that man. John QT has to swing and they keep it safe.
Why are we the ones to tense up in these situations? Team Heretics, maybe the communication slipping, but Sentinels, they had two great maps to start the BO3. They had Haven and Icebox. They could have closed it in two. They were unleashed on Haven, getting into Heretics' grill, not allowing any entry into the rounds.
Okay, that was a
But
little
somewhere
scary,
in the
but-
early stages of Icebox, they got turned upside down. You know, off the back of Boo's heroics, Heretics, they regained their footing. They feel unkillable. They keep taking these duels. I mean, it's starting out here on Abyss as well. Early fight, 5 seconds of the round, 2 of them getting the kills. Early drone out. They want this spike plant. They want to be able to get some sort of pressure onto Team Heretics right now with these classics.
Yeah, gap closer and audio.
And opening.
No one seems aware of the potential of this. And it's a problem. Oh,
A second.
shot. Second. That was so clean. It's 2v2.
Okay, Spike's still down.
But they've got a minute to play with, right? Like,
Pausing the round. And the weapons weren't recovered. Still on classics, 10s, and Saucy. Waiting for that flank to come around into play. Gonna get that spike.
Spike's back. Okay, but keep your eye on Saucy.
If he taps this, oh yeah, he's just gonna back
He has
up.
no idea.
He has no idea.
They have no idea about Saucy. And if 10s can just keep them guessing or maybe make them doubt that it's this B site, back away potentially, Saucy could get played in. Or he just looks for a free kill. You can see the paranoia in Boo. He's spotted now though, and he falls. The chances dwindle. Opportunities now back in Heretics. Oh my good God! Why is this so close, Josh?
Almost caught sleeping at the wheel again. The classics from Sentinels are so scary. And the fact that they can get this close on 5 classics, just a drone invested on a round like this, makes me fearful for what might happen in a few rounds from now. Heretics, they can't have rounds like that. They need to wake up. Maybe the gap between the two maps iced them a little too much. They lost that form. They lost that confidence. Something's going on with the comms where they almost slipped.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit, it feels really messy. It feels very unstable.
It's okay, here's our draft.
I know, well, look, I get nervous, all right?
Okay. Just Boo here to defend this site, like he's Viper on Icebox again. Drone coming out.
Okay,
But 10's already across.
No! A really uncharacteristic miss. Both teams looking a little bit shaky here, looking like that strain, that pressure is mounting. Counter swing from the other side though. Pressure now shown across the board.
That's good info for Zelsis. Confirms that B site's probably weak, but still down a man early. Boo still keeps that control. He's just gonna back up, play that retake, wait for his teammates to come. This is where Team Heretics is really thriving in these moments. Benji controlling middle. It was pressured a little bit earlier from John QT, but still 5 versus 4. A couple of sheriffs for Team Heretics.
Right
Sentinels needs this round and needs it clean as well. They cannot afford to win it with only 1 alive here. 10's already aggressive on that rafters.
Does he
We've
get-
seen him on Haven.
Ah, spotted though, seen by the Owl drone, doesn't get away with his life either. Miniboo on the sweep back through, and the bonus looking deadly as Saucy has to be the linchpin in this nearly high flash. Can he work from it? Not really. Miniboo's still behind. Still waiting for Saucy to check, to try and get proactive. He can only get down 1, and now the numbers so favorable towards Heretics. The problems starting to mount for Zen. Could John QT even clutch this up? Surely not. No chance in hell as Heretics convert the bonus.
This is looking scary. If you are Team Sentinels, you're looking at elimination right now. You lost pistol, you lost against the enemy's bonus, you're losing steam, you're losing your tools, you can't even... That first kill onto Boo, like how does 10's not convert that? And this is one of those things that psychologically, if you let that kill get away and you know that that was the difference in the round and potentially the whole match, that's gonna sit with you, stir in your mind, and haunt you for rounds to come.
But it only takes 1 round to reset. It only takes 1 moment to feel like the wind's in your sails again, but Heretics look more comfortable here for now. Back in we go. Zekken just brought to his knees by Miniboo, and he's just not going to be moved. Miniboo knows it all so well. Backs away, the damage is done, and Sentinel's struggling.
This was an investment from Sentinels as well. They purchased weapons here. It's a 3 versus 5. They're going to try to pivot around. Benji on that A site. He's alone, yes, but he's been feeling so hot, so like on Icebox. Okay, here comes a little bit of a mid-walk.
Hey, he's back on Cypher.
He's back on Cypher.
He's fine.
He's back. Yeah, true. And Rand's back on Sova.
Yeah.
We're chilling. If
When-
they can win on Gecko and and Killjoy, they can win on Cypher and Sova.
Yep, spot on. You see them in their stronger roles here, really. Same could be said a little for Sentinels to an extent. But we have to see how comfortable they look. It's not an understatement to worry about this sort of map coming out this late in a series, in a map pool. It's not in the wheelhouse. Now they're struggling to stick the landing, but they don't. The player he ends. Capitalizing on what he has, but couldn't quite turn the flash enough, but he keeps his life. John QT needs to play forward, gets noted. They're keeping track of him every step of the way. Heretics, flawless round, flawless start.
Constantly just subverting expectations from Team Heretics. I'm looking at the veto, I'm looking at that first map, I'm thinking, oh, they're kind of down in the dumps, especially when we go to Icebox and they're looking sloppy.
Yeah, you're worried.
But then, what happened? They're revitalized. This is the Heretics that got to this place in the first place.
Yes.
These guys are so, when they're on point, they are so swing up against Team Heretics on Bind. Yes, Sentinels lost to Fnatic on Bind. Yeah, it happens. Heretics is a decent Bind team, but man, to play your first time on in a match like this in these stakes.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. So much on them.
You don't get do-overs. You don't get to get just on the fly. No. There's no VOD review, but through middle, 2 players.
I like this. This is a really nice crunch. And now Heretics have to play forward. They have to try and retake the space. They know where that paranoia's come from, or at least they should. Now they know, and now there's a surprise. Can they stick the landing? Can they hit that fatal blow? It looks like they can. SEN with an exceptionally good crunch here towards that A site. Working through middle. Zekken with a banger towards Miniboo. And now a 2v3. Still with a Bucky on 10s, but maybe he can play an angle that will work for it, sit safe somewhere. But the others have to secure some of these areas. They can't just leave it open.
They could switch weapons, and Zekken can use his Blade Storm in this round, but instead 10s closes the gap, gets close. This is going to be difficult, but it's still Benji alive, and when he's alive, full confidence, anything can happen here.
Yeah, but he's met Zekken first and foremost. 10 still on the site, waiting for a victim. He's found it. Beautiful between them. Zekken and 10s. That's a reminder, no matter the odds, no matter the map, there's always threat with Sentinels.
And Thrifty, MasterCard Thrifty, no less. Sentinels back in the game, back in the saddle, and it's always moments like that. Now, do I think it's happened at a moment in the game where you can't recover from it? No, it's still early. Team Heretics still 4-1 up, not the worst. More devastating if this would have happened at, let's say, 10 to 8 or something like that, where now things spiral, things get out of control. Team Heretics, they're still fine, they're chilling. They have that operator up, and they won their bonus.
Now, the operator is a big adjustment here, but they put a lot of players behind it too.
Deep line.
Very deep line.
It's going to punish any next jump spot to get info. It needs to be a drone coming out here next. Otherwise, and they scan the jet with the knife. They should know to use a drone here and confirm that information here.
Show me the protocol list. Underhand flash. I mean, that's fine.
Okay, it forces them off, and the sneak up at B, but the trips here, Boo's positioning on this Raptor. He's so good up here, and Benji. The 1-2 duo, the 1-2 punch. But still, Sentinels just getting feelers around the map. They don't really have any space yet. Cypher Cam on the defense.
This is nice. They didn't know about Miniboo. That's gutting. You'll take that with both hands if you're SEN. You'll love a bit of that.
Follow up. Can they spam him?
Looks like they could.
Nope.
Apparently not.
Don't have that angle. Too many boxes.
Yeah, but focusing towards Miniboo here. Deciding he's maybe, I don't want to say a weak point, but a potential victim. And the gap closing. Miniboo has no idea. Now he does. Zekken's in his face so quick. This is gorgeous from Sentinels. Sweeping the site perfectly.
Economy still okay for a buy for Team Heretics. They're going to have a go at this. It all starts with his first 2 kills at Heaven here. Rian's.
Zekken's angle's so good, though. Can't quite take down Benji, but still, you're looking at a 2v4. They don't have that first step in. Very difficult to find impact here. And I think Heretics might know that. Pulling the plug on this round.
When you're in a situation like this, you look to see if Sentinels overstays their welcome, makes any mistakes, presses forwards. If you find an opening, it's winnable. You try to go for it. But once Rians goes down there and you have that 2 versus 4, you're losing time, time to call it quits, go for that save. 4-2 will be the scoreline. Sentinels finding some footing. And the thing that I look for is Team Heretics. I've seen their attack set on this map. I see the highs and I see the lows. The highs are when you're able to get into certain positions, you're able to get that spike planted, play that post spam, battle, you're chilling. But when I look at Team Heretics, when they have so much opportunity to just take their timings and make their hits, they fall short. So Team Heretics, I'm looking at them to get as many rounds on this half. They got the pistol, they convert the bonus. If they don't end with at least 8 rounds in this half, it's gonna be a messy second half. Picks winning these duels because we saw that's how they started coming back on Icebox. So maybe slight adjustments to the setup is in play. We're seeing that start with the Jet mini boo towards B. They're going to go a little bit aggro here.
This could be a really harsh call though. Sentinels, do they read this? Well, Boo might be dead. Oh my! How is Boo alive? That looks so primed for him to get punished on that.
We saw that sort of situation happen on Icebox as well, that aggression off the back of a timeout going into that B garage area, Mini-Boo going down there instead. But here, a reset. 5 versus 5, not many pieces of utility spent. Still, only 30 seconds gone from the clock. That Knife's going to secure that info. They're going to get that KO ultimate off the back of this. That means Benji's trips go offline. That means 5v5 retake has to come in play unless Benji wants to go for this.
How brave you feeling, Benji? Because Zekken's certainly feeling brave. Taking him down, but the trade is there. Rien's going to remove Zelsis. Gorgeous.
Wait, they can spam the pickup. They're going to find a third.
Oh, he is so goddamn good.
If he gets a drone tag as well, that means he can use his Hunter's Fury. Zelsis is going to time out in a couple seconds here.
There it is. That's confirming the third, and he closes the gap, and now suddenly they're looking for more. They're trying to find the remaining man. Rien's on for the ace. Wu takes it, but it doesn't matter. They'll take the round.
I said I'd bring it up again. Rien's on Sova. It's unreal.
He's so good.
Yes, it's part of, like, yeah, what was he doing there on Sova that was so good? It's his positioning. When he's on an agent like that, he's going to position himself a little bit different than he would if he's on an agent like Breach or an agent like Gecko. So he gets to be in certain fights. When he's in certain fights at certain angles and gets to shoot a certain style, he is so strong. He's so good at tapping them out. He is so good at isolating those fights. He is so good at being in that, like, retake situation. Pops that drone, lets his teammates come in close. They create a distraction. He comes in and just cleans up.
We're seeing a little frustration showing on the SEN side.
Honestly, there's nothing Sentinels could have done differently there.
Nope.
They got maybe.
Oh, hold on.
Okay.
Right off the rip here.
Oh,
and it's to set this up. Mini-Boo
no.
just right up the guts off the back of the Hunter's Fury sends Sentinels scattering. They're down to 3 in the first couple of seconds. You've just seen the big boss leaning on over. You don't want the smoke. Benji still here as well. Oh, good God, if this is it. If this is Heretics now starting to find that peak, quelling a Sentinels turnaround. Those were 2 big rounds, 2 big confidence builders. If this has taken the wind out of their sails, this could be the changing point. This could be the first real nail in that coffin.
2 versus 5 Sentinels. Not the first time this game they've been in this situation. Trying to slow it down and see if they can work with anything. We saw Team Heretics choose to save in a situation similar to this, in that post plan, in a retake. But now, Sentinels looking for that first opportunity, a first kill, to give them any sort of opening into the round. But with 30 seconds left on the clock and no opportunities given,
30 seconds left.
Likely a save. Maybe they tried this pivot all the way back to A. Hey, it's just Boo there. He's on his lonesome.
He's such a good anchor, though.
He's 1 star left.
I feel like if he hears this, I think, yeah, he definitely has. He can give himself what he needs.
He has a gravity well for the site. If they try to go for that plant, oh, okay, it's done. They just want that ultimate orb, save the weapons in the next round. Sentinels, 2 to 6 now. Yeah, they are struggling. They're running out of steam, and
oh God, Rien's, you're so
catch
close.
Anyone?
Yep, that's another.
And the last.
See, this is what scares me with Heretics, because it feels like there's always a little bit more depth. We talk about it with, you know, when you have Benji on the Killjoy, or Renan's off roll, or whatever. They have this just in the locker. They have this whenever they need to bring out something. Hey guys, go on, no, go on. You play on the agents you're actually nuts at. Just blow them out of the water, map 3.
But we see how good Heretics is individually with taking these fights, taking these duels. And we don't see it often from them that they stray from their game plan of their identity of being this really defensive-sided, retake-heavy team. Here, they're showing that they can also brawl. They can go aggressive. They can win these opening duels, and they can have these like full convergences.
Yeah.
They have these in their repertoire. They don't pull it out often, only when they think they need to. And right now, they think they need to, and it's working for them.
I mean, you only have to look at the Hunter's Fury up middle. You saw them just pacing up there as well, right behind it. That's round one.
Right.
I mean, it's... and for Sentinels, you've got to imagine that you're hoping they're taking this time as well in the start of this round, maybe some of the others, to have a discussion as to what they want to do here. I mean, Zeken's hitting, sure, but they're starting to lose that momentum. A well-timed out drone, but doesn't find anyone.
They do have Hunter's Fury, drone, dart
Three
for
players.
this attack. They have a knife soon.
3 players on the site. Flash comes in. Flash and Dash. We'll wait and see the follow-up. Who's here? Rienz is waiting. And we know what can happen. Rienz just racking up body after body. Oh, it's just gorgeous to witness. Sen trying to dig in, but it's Rienz still standing, still holding. And Sassy is opposing number. Go on, Rienz. Have a crack at it. Sassy still deserves a little bit of respect here. You've got to be careful, but it's only 13 seconds. They're waiting, and it's Rienz to close. Another 4 for him. Josh, this might be all she wrote.
This is Rienz Rienzing these guys.
Okay, that's
sorry.
Horrific. That's horrific. Yeah, timeout.
Well, you know what else is horrific?
2 rounds.
Sentinels is Abyss. This is the map they saved for map 3 here. They chose this one over Bind. And this is their debut. This is the only match rep. Every other time they've played this map has been in a practice game.
Speaking of debut, do remember, Heretics' international debut was against Sentinels. That was the heartbreak that started that loss. It's what put them down.
You have this. You need to dig deep. And if there's any match to dig deep on, it needs to be this.
3 more rounds up for grabs. 7-5 feels doable. The difference,
Set play.
3 rounds.
Hunter's Fury available as well.
Yeah, Boo's backing away. I think he's feeling this coming. He's actually sticking around backside. Yeah, he's absolutely still there, as is Rienz. His name is going to be up in lights, you feel, throughout this entire game. Another for Rienz. Finally goes down to Zeken. But look at the absolute disaster on the site. The devastation. Sentinels left in ruins. But a gap found. Zeken, if he takes a gamble, if he rolls the dice, he can get some safety off this. The out drone only going to note 1.
That's gutsy.
Does he? I mean, he fancied to go at it, but look at the creeping positioning of Benji as well. All handled.
Both players confirmed. Benji on the flank.
Benji, you're going to start it. Oh, he stops it. I thought that could have been a little lifeline for them. Open up the map. Absolutely not. Benji holding Heretics up high now, 8-2. I mean, Rienz and Benji, these are the deadly duos. These are the danger players. This might genuinely be it. I can normally sell you a tale of how you turn this around. But as it stands, Heretics held their cards close to their chest. They waited until Abyss. They knew if they left this open, would Sen walk into it? Maybe they fancied their odds either way. But as it stands, 8 rounds to their name in this half. And Sentinels being held on to. This looks like the start of the end.
Through middle, Zeken takes the space. It's going to strain the rotations from Team Heretics, maybe. Create a little bit of pressure, a little bit of space for Sentinels to be able to break into a site here. Zeken has been that main point of contact. He's been getting some of these opening picks as well towards that A site specifically. And right now, Mini Boo and Boo, are you guys going to get crunched on right now?
Oh, they're actually refighting. They're re-clearing. They went back for this. I don't know if they read it, but they knew what was happening. Again, though, they've had to trade out the space
Hunter's
here.
Fury.
And yeah, you speak it. It happens. Plant now hindered. Oh, easy. Oh, good. They get back to work now. Back to business. Sentinels won the plant. They want to fight on CT. John QT trying to give them at least a pick in their favor here. But it's TenZ to take away Mini Boo. Now John QT on the swing. Loses. TenZ still stands. Maybe he's the hero the Sentinels need to give them a chance. Oh, what a snap from Sassy, but still, you look at the numbers, it's a 2v2. It ain't over yet. Boo starts to creep in the angle, and TenZ standing tall for Sentinels. As said, when they needed someone to step up, as Heretics face a slightly brought back to life SEN, but I mean off the back of just TenZ.
Biting back, though, with a 4K.
Is that enough?
Well, I mean, he had almost 30 on that first map.
Yeah.
Right now, again, a struggle. JongQT and Celsius not really putting anything up on the board here. The two vocal players from this team, the team that the players that rally the team together, and now kind of just dragging them along. Zekken and TenZ trying to do their best to be able to get enough kills to create an opening. But right now, there's too many people from Team Heretics that are biting back hard.
Spot on.
When I look at the parallels between these two teams, they both have such clutch players as well. You look at the side of Heretics, they have Rian's, Wood, and Benji. And it's like
they're hitting now.
They're hitting now. Sentinels, their entire game plan is to force these mid-rounds, these retake situations, because they have hitters too.
Okay, they know it's now in middle. Woot leaning a little closer, but it's Boo from the other side as well. Actually going to walk the cage. He wants to punish, but it's JongQT to catch Rian. Better from Sentinels. Getting 2 to start with. Could at least open a chance, but Benji is alive. And look, if he ain't on the killjoy when he's on this Cypher, it's a whole different ball game. Now the map feels small. He knows that someone's in the back lines, but it's Benji. I told you, when he's alive, there's a chance, but TenZ outdoes him. And now a 4v2.
I know exactly where
Odds coming in as well. Layers upon layers that makes this nearly unlosable for SEN. Zekken doing well. Patient display from him. Mini Boo can't make the attempt. It is the finest of margins, Josh. 4 rounds.
8-4. That's the number that Team Heretics needed to get to. A pistol round will help them close out that second half. But right now, it's difficult. Sentinels, you need that pistol.
Sentinels are on the ropes. Heretics up at 8. Do not go anywhere.
This hub is meant to be.
Up their audibles. They miss timings. When they know exactly where they can go, where they have an opening, they completely let it go. And Sentinels can use that against Team Heretics right here.
Tantalizingly close now, Josh. Big info off the rip, and Heretics just looking for a brawl. Zekken, though, willing to throw a couple of punches here. Quick pick, and they back away.
They're happy with that man advantage. 5 versus 4. Sentinels has been so good on their retakes as well. So Team Heretics, they're getting into that site, but they're actually going to press forward this time.
I quite like that.
We're missing this before.
The odds. Trying to get proactive. It's only Benji to draw blood so far, but they do have the plan on their side. You're looking at the retake with 4 players up 10. Zekken, JongQT, and Sassy. Great paranoia, but they couldn't quite gap close in time. They come out, eyes wide open now. Sassy trying to step forward up from heaven. It's Benji. It's Rian. It's Boo. And Zekken has to ace, or it's done for. And Boo trying to be a little elusive here. Play to the left, play to the right, but the time's against Zekken. He's got to go on this one. 50 HP on Boo, and Zekken is trying to find him, and Boo goes around and around, and he waits. The fuse on the half, Boo needs to check. Here's Zekken! But the time is so damn
He got it!
He saves Sentinels!
Oh no, one jump spot for Boo could have been the difference maker of Heretics being 9-4 up. But instead, Zekken, the ace with the Sheriff on pistol. 1.8 seconds left.
Not many can answer a call like that, to be demanded to kill all 5. He can.
Taking turns between Zekken and TenZ.
You know me.
Creating that impact, and Zekken, it's not like he was having a bad game. He was getting a lot of these opening picks, getting the team into the rounds on some of these attack hits. The rest of the team not following up here. He does it all by himself.
10 swinging off the flash.
Nice little play here.
Yeah, the steps there, he might have done, I'm not sure.
I think he did.
Feels like it.
But again, Sentinels love these little mini plays.
And he might get punished on this. You're banking on some support coming in from Zelsis. He still has his TP, so he could potentially opt for that, but he fancies his odds. It's the Sheriff on Boo that should draw your eyes. But that's about it. The rest on Classics. Tens, careful, easy.
Wait, the
Zelsis
Classics
has gone down. I mean, Zelsis hasn't been having a great map here. He's been struggling.
Wait, the gap.
Benji.
Saucy knows. He knows. He
yeah,
knows.
he absolutely does. Nice from Saucy.
He was waiting for that. Once Team Heretics decided to pump the brakes, again, this is where they fall apart in these like mid-round situations. Right there, perfect opportunity to run down tens, create that pressure, get Benji that gap. But instead, they overcook it. Coming back towards B. It is just John QT here. He's going to have fast rotate from Zekken with that outlaw, but still.
30 seconds left.
He needs to be able to get a couple and live. Guardian.
He could get overwhelmed. It's pretty actually scary for him here. Luckily, Zekken made it in time. He's able to play his life incredibly well. With 15 seconds, suddenly the options are removed for Heretics here. Boo trying to do something with that Sheriff, but you don't get that again, Zekken. He already showed you what he can do. And a beautiful moment for Sen to find stability.
Sentinels has the team built with all these players that have this individual IQ that in these mid-round situations, that's where they really get to excel, show their identity as players, and they know exactly what they need to do to set each other up across the map.
Oh, you guys are so good. You're playing for me.
This should be easy for them. But instead, Boo, he's shifting off towards B. Benji's making his way to try to get a flank on A. The rest of the team cuts noise, goes quiet. They have Classics. They need to know who's supposed to make noise, create the opportunity for the other. And here, Sentinels, bonus round, going down middle, really aggressive here. Benji, he places a triplet. Two players that can bypass this, a teleport or an updraft.
Here.
Rounding it up. Here comes the plant. So Tens gets in the back line.
Spike planted.
Looking at if Boo ever turns, does he ever consider it? As
He
it
is
stands, no. I think Zekken's a little worried he might hit the head on the top and break it, so he's giving Tens a moment to work, and that's what he does with it. Takes away the back line, and suddenly it's game on. They're surrounded. 4 players on the site for Heretics, and now they're going to start feeling constricted. Hand around the throat here, but they fight back. Take a little space. Don't go too far. Rien's Benji and Woot though, but Zekken breaking in now. Can't get a follow-up, can't get consecutive kills, and Woot digging in his heels. It's all on Tens in a 1v2, and he ain't got the time. Rien's striking. Picking back up for Heretics now, as it's 9.
Just the bonus round for Sentinels. They made it a little bit costly. Cool idea. Got that timing on that flank on Boo. I thought right there, things are going to fall out of hand. It's going to start slipping for Heretics. It happened on that pistol round in Haven, for example. But what we're actually seeing different from Team Heretics this time is they're playing up in the faces. They're blocking them at the choke point, not allowing Sentinels to get that space onto the site. Very different approach to playing these post plants from these guys.
Yeah, because we saw them kind of falter in that situation
Yes.
before, where they wouldn't play deep, they wouldn't try and pry them out. Hold on, is this a pace change? It certainly looks like it. I'm seeing Zekken taking the fight if he can. Smoke goes in, we got a brawl, looking a little like a death match, but you don't want to take on Rien's right now. You saw what he did before, and he might just do it again. Heretics dropping bodies. It's down to Zelsis and John QT, and Zelsis is having a nightmare. 1-13 ain't the scoreline you want to be trying to hold the line on, leaving just John QT. And you try to take a fight, you try to be confident, and you just get crushed.
That might have been a really bad call from Sentinels there. I look to their economy. Zelsis on 0, Tens and Saucy combined 14, 15, like they're not in a position right now to be able to afford another buy. So doing an all-in risky play like this, getting punished in this fashion, means that it's going to be so much harder to get back in the game. You're going to feed that 10th round to Team Heretics. Your economy's not good enough to stabilize. Yeah. It's going to be an 11th round after that, and suddenly you're looking at elimination. These are not the rounds where you can take these risks. You need to build it back a little bit.
Did they burn both timeouts in the first half?
Yes, they did.
So what do they have to bank on? What do they have left here?
Use this 30 seconds while this guy's saving to be able to talk about something. Because realistically, Sentinels, we haven't seen their defense yet. So maybe they're trying to catch Team Heretics off guard with this really aggressive play. What? If it backfires, which it did, what's the recourse? Is that the beginning of the end for Team Sentinels? Is that they're undoing a very high-risk play?
Some other teams, that could shake them to their core. That could be a step in the wrong direction here, but a buy still to be had. It's not good though. I'm seeing Stingers, I'm seeing Bulldogs, I'm seeing Guardians, I'm seeing Light Shields, I'm seeing Sentinels falling.
Hey, if there's a team that can make this round work, Sentinels is towards the top of that list. And that's the start.
Benji's gone down, that's TenZ. We said before when they needed a hero, he was the one to stand, but Miniboo's already found him. Sassy on the trade, but the site now looking to be slowly waving the flag. Sassy is so hungry for more. Boo almost giving up his life for it, but they can't find comfortable post plants. You're still going to see Miniboo on the site. Boo tucked down below, doesn't get pried out, but they've got to know he's there. Zellsis trying to set this forward. When does Sassy go? The timing is everything. Miniboo takes away John QT. It's Wu on the follow-up. 2v2 now. Zellsis, Sassy, and Miniboo in their way. Leaving just Zellsis alive and nowhere to go. As Miniboo takes them another step closer. 11 rounds. They can feel it now.
Team Heretics taking turns, every player. Whose 4K is it next? We've already seen Woot with one, Rienz with one, Miniboo now with one, Benji with one. Like, everyone's contributing. They all want this. They're sitting at 11-6. Sentinels, their economy
feel it.
in the toilet. Yeah, the coaches are feeling, everyone's feeling good about this.
They're so close. Unbelievable for them. And now they start that momentum themselves. They start feeling untouchable. Can Sentinels bring them back down to the earth? We wait. Rienz, Miniboo, Woot, stride in. Zekken still desperate to try and fight. He's putting up numbers. Zellsis with a follow-up, finally. Taking away two of the big hitters. Miniboo gone now. Woot removed as well. Plant is in though. And if there's Benji, if there's Rienz,
there's a chance.
Pay them respect. You pay them mind, because they do that. They've already taken away Zekken. They don't respect you right now. They're going to make this hurt with everything they have. Rienz finds Sassy. They're desperate to do damage. And now the problems start to mount. Rienz waiting, evades the flash. He can set Boo into motion here. The hat's going to come down, but they've no idea. Rienz could be the end of them. He could be the death of them. Put them on 12. TenZ is down so low. He's on 5 HP. Oh. And he lives.
He has to let him die.
Hell, TenZ, 5 HP is the difference there. Anyone else, you might have called it quits on that, but Heretics stopped at 11, and Sentinels start on 7.
That KO ultimate, the pulse, meant that Rienz couldn't bounce a shock dart onto that spike. And because of that, he moves closer to get a jump spot to get that info. But as soon as TenZ tapped that spike, he moves out, angles out wide to punish that jump spot. Gets that kill, keeps Sentinels alive.
How much have we asked of TenZ in this game? Zekken's been absolutely popping off, don't get me wrong. The pistol round, you got to remember that he is at the top of the board. But clutch, impact alone is in the hands of TenZ. So many rounds off his back, but Heretics as a team, as a collective, as 5, have taken this map by storm. It's 11-7. We're starting to heat up here a touch. Heretics looking to slow things down.
It was a big tempo change to go fast on that last round. They lose. They know, hey, we can keep these guys on the ropes. Let's chill out, slower roll a little bit. I love the little plays that Sentinels have. The little plays just to get a pop flash, peek, get a kill, reposition, try to reclear somewhere else together, reposition against once they have that space.
TP over towards A lobby then. Not sure if it saw both or one, I'm not certain.
This is a big flank timing on A right now from Benji. He needs his team right now to create some sort of pressure. It gives him an opening. He still has to break this door, but if his team...
Oh my god! Shot in the dark and it lands! Rienz! I mean, it feels like he can't miss.
Still, the team needs to
Are they going towards
make the pressure out A main. Once they get spotted, then Benji from the sidelines while all the chaos is happening. But Sassy...
More than a thorn in the side.
He has a read.
But Sassy is feeling this. It's correct. It's absolutely correct. The paranoia just got posted towards main, trying to offset the tempo. What? He got to see it all happen in slow motion. But Heretics, step by step, move closer towards 12. As Zekken is nowhere near to this. He might have to bow out and give them 12 here. And there's something so devastating about knowing what's about to happen and being unable to stop it.
Zekin, it's so important for him to keep this Vandal, not to get hunted down. If he can stay alive, he can drop another Vandal to his teammates. Their drive for cash. 0 credits on 3 of the players. This Vandal, it's the only saving grace for Sentinels right now. Otherwise, they're packing up and going home. Team Heretics knows this. They're on the hunt. They don't want Zekin to get away with this weapon. They have the economy. They can go and try to take this. But also, it's the mental aspect. Hunting down that last player, getting that kill, the psychological effect on it. Rien's. Okay.
Nice.
The only agent you can really do that on.
I mean, it's what they need, though. And we've got to look at the buy they're coming in with here. Josh, what do they have?
So he buys a Vandal. He drops that over. He had all of his abilities. He kept his shields. So that means TenZ. The 2 players on the team that are basically getting kills. I mean, Zekin's got more kills than the rest of the team combined almost.
Yeah.
TenZ has, you know, as many kills as the other 3 as well.
You can feel it in the atmosphere in here. The crowd knows. And so it begins. Zekin, we ask a lot of you now. Same with TenZ. For Sentinels to live for another round, it has to be here. It has to be now. But we're on the trade. Oh, this could be all but over. Zekin, all on his shoulders, and he's still standing. He's still fighting. He will give everything he can for his side.
It's not ready to go home.
Maybe there's still a chance on this one, because look at the backspace here. Sacy creeping closer. They're gripping into this. They are clawing into this. If Sacy can find impact, but Boo's reading it.
Boo's waiting for it.
Turned around. Boo might know what's going on. Sacy, he's got himself a rifle. He can back away. Now, the space is getting filled here. You're looking at where Zekin's going, where he's parking.
Yeah, it's just Boo's noted though. But here, Zekin moving around. He's not ready to go home yet. He wants this.
Yeah, but who gets the timing? Zekin waiting. Just turned around. And is that enough for the crowd? You can see them double checking now. They're still going to know. Zekin, are you the man to step up to the plate here? And once again, we ask, can the man become the monster that he did before? And they're around the corner. They have no idea.
30 seconds left.
Sacy's still in a very defensive position. He might be aware of this.
Traditionally, you might ask for players to play together, stick towards similar situations. But has Zekin read this right?
Look at that ping, where that spike needs to get planted, where they can actually protect the spike carrier. But Zekin knows it's going to be B. He's going to come in. He's not going to be able to deny this, but he has space and timing right now.
Yeah, Sacy has to navigate and try and avoid the likes of Boo potentially lingering, lurking around. He's trying to draw them in, give them a chance, give them an idea, a concept. And again, a wayward shot keeps his life alive. Zekin now stepping towards the site, taking another couple of strides too in this round. We asked so much of him. He answered before. No, he answered again.